are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Oh my goodness gracious me! We're finally back at this table. We have a snack-full table today.
2 weeks felt like a month, you guys.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, even sometimes a week feels like an extra long time.
It does.
And especially with the build-up that we have and the ending and leaving the Amber Temple.
Excuse. Also, you left us with Strahd hanging in the air above our party. Not to spoil the intro, but...
These balls are bluer than they normally are after that last game. Let's go.
Yeah, it entices the watcher to stick.
Legendary action, my ass.
No, it is very exciting. I'm intrigued to see how today ends up going on.
No intro, just you're fighting Strahd.
Roll initiative.
No.
Not ready.
Not the cold open.
No.
Scrap the cold open.
Did we have
Don't
any
jam the camera,
announcements? Were we
Jesse.
doing any?
I have an announcement as well.
You go first.
Oh, we're also doing
You said you go first. Amanda goes first.
Oh shoot. Okay. So I am part of a really cool project that I just wanted to tell you guys all about. My friend Nick is writing a novel. Nick is wonderful. We love Nick. And so right now he's got the initial kind of part of that is he's got started an Instagram. It's all for authors, fantasy authors, writers, people who are unpublished but are wanting to work on their craft.
I'm gonna follow him right now.
Yeah,
drop that name.
Yeah, it's called The Vomit Draft.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
AKA the first draft.
Exactly. So yeah, he's got lots of cool stuff on there, just talking about just writing and that process and what that looks like and how it's really hard and it's really awesome. So yeah, that's something that I would like you all to follow if you are interested. Yeah.
The Vomit Draft where?
The Vomit Draft on Instagram.
On Instagram, okay.
Yeah, on
Awesome.
Instagram.
Cool. Kaylee.
Hey.
So, as y'all know, our favorite affiliates are so far our only regular affiliates. Adventure Dice.
Still be our favorites.
They'll still be our favorite.
favorite.
They're fucking awesome. They're local to BC. We are great.
We support local.
Our code is Dicecream on their website if you want to get 10% off. AdventureDice.ca. We're doing a giveaway with them starting next week. We're gonna have a post on Instagram. Y'all can check it out, and you will win. It'll be great.
Yeah.
You will win.
Stay tuned to find out.
Stay
what.
tuned. Stay
There-
tuned.
I don't
will
know
be
this. I
dice.
think this little copy.
There will be
got-
rules. There will be a prize. We will
You'll need
announce it all next
You
week,
need to be Strahd.
and you'll have to follow us.
You'll be competing
And
with
down.
my many,
That's
many
all I can tell
alt
you.
accounts.
That's the hint.
Those are the stipulations.
But for
Playing off a
now,
Russian
you should check out their
troll
website and
farm.
all their sweet dice because
Yeah, check out their dice because you might be able to win one.
you might be able
We'll
to
see.
win.
We'll see how many.
one.
Maybe one, maybe 90. We'll see.
I don't think it will be 90.
Well, yeah, come on. Let's try something.
I mean,
Damn
like,
it.
It'll
the
be
D10
realistic goals.
adds up. to
Anyway,
that.
but check
Oh,
it out.
Yeah, the
'cause they're
numbers
great.
will
And
add
like,
up.
if you check it out and you don't win, you can still get 10% off with code Dicecream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
They are
Yeah.
great.
Other than
Oh,
that,
yeah. Here we go.
great. Yeah. Oh.
Adventure Dice.
That one's not on yet.
Fuck.
Oh no, unicorn snot.
Unicorn's not. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Also, got to announce the winner of the Skull Dice,
Yes.
the
Oh.
4,000 follower giveaway.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And that person is
Can we do the randomizer right now? Yeah.
Charmed_N_Dangerous with
Nice,
with
my alt
a
account.
0.
Charmed and
Charmed and
dangerous.
dangerous, but the O
Is the big one.
Anyway. Congratulations, buddy. You will get dice soon. We will DM you. Figure it out. Address, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes.
And that was
Nice.
it was
Thanks for entering
4.
that.
How many dice?
4.
4.
Charmed
Yeah.
and dangerous.
So yeah. So sneak attack.
Those dice
Six
have
dice.
These ones.
Yeah.
killed a lot of people.
Those delicious ones.
Yes.
Game used.
Yes. Game use. Yeah.
Well, just
Well,
like
we're
chocolate
keeping
try.
one
We're keeping one.
because Allura needs one.
Yeah.
Those dice have touched Amanda's hands.
They have. Yeah.
So
Cool.
Have a piece of our table.
Super cool, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to make it creepy.
I
It was
mean-
already creepy.
that's not the one you're
Kylo.
getting though.
No, that's not
Yeah.
me.
We do also have our sorcerer donning the hood today because Amanda and Kevin had a fantastic time in Disneyland, and Kevin had never been to Disneyland before, and it made us so happy to
More
see
importantly,
all
Galaxy's Edge! Ah!
this. Edge.
More importantly,
All those
how
ones.
was Knott's Berry Farm?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
How are their pies?
No.
Alright.
And on that, we're going to go ahead and jump into our
As
intro.
Emma said earlier, no!
I don't like these questions.
We will see you guys in
I wanna
just
fight
a
the
minute.
nerd!
What about Mrs.
And
Uncut
we
Gems
are
was robbed.
back.
Sorry, what?
Yes, they
Yeah.
were.
So
too
was Little
close.
Women. Thank you.
So, diving right into
Someone's
tonight's
Lupita
episode.
Nyong'o, but
A lot of things.
Yeah, for a lot of things. So, into tonight's episode.
Yes.
Last we left off, the party having made their way back to the Amber Temple, traversing it, engaging with a foe that they had not realized was a foe.
How long were we in the Amber Temple real time? I'm sorry to interrupt, but like,
Real time? Just over a day.
no, like,
Well,
Oh,
like,
game time?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, IRL.
Yeah, IRL.
Yeah, IRL. You guys
Like,
were in the Amber
at
Temple
least
for...
month and a
over a
half
month.
at least.
No,
Oh,
it
wow.
was because it was one session with Rahadin,
Well,
second session...
like within, because we took a bunch of breaks. That's more the.
Yeah, it's so the amount of time overall is like close to 2 months, but in sessions I think it was 4.
Yo, we're anime right now.
No, we had 4
Let's get it.
sessions. But yeah, so in the Amber Temple, making your way back, defeating a foe, a dusk elf known as Rahadin, whose backstory was told to you by your good friend Casimir. The party decided to traverse the Amber Temple further, finding the Sun Sword, the fabled item that would assist them in finally defeating Strahd and ending his hold over Barovia. They traversed further, found an entity only identified as a lich, seemingly having no memory, no recollection of anything about their past. But named him Dave, or named them Dave, I should say, because skeletal.
We had no beef.
Well, we don't know.
And you don't know,
We were
yeah.
joking.
But the name Dave was bequeathed. You spent the evening.
I shall call you.
And I shall call you Dave.
That's the one that gets this reaction.
Bequeathed.
All right.
You
Jesse's
spent the
working
evening
so hard for this.
immediately
All night.
finding, for the first time in the campaign, the NPC who you just fucking hated, Vilnius.
Yeah.
The human mage
You
who
were
had made
defending
his
him quite a
way into Barovia from the Sword Coast. And a little bit of a reminder of home and a reminder that people
Stole
are
the shit.
dicks. And they're just assholes and we hate them
Who
sometimes.
fake hungry noises. to get
Yes, who
food.
fake hunger noises when they are still little.
Yeah, but we stole his shit, so.
You did. You stole an amulet that you have no idea what it does, but you think
It
it's
just
magical.
gets us into his fraternity.
So, making
I
your
just
way
murder
out, however,
everyone.
you decided to push on, trying to make the journey back to Kraysk in a single day. You made your way through the Solenka Pass,
Yeah.
through the Green
was-
Flame
I know.
Barrier, pushing on a chance to
Not
to
guessing
rest
anything.
a couple hours before evening fell,
right.
knowing that it was about another 4 to 5 hours on from there on horseback.
Yeah.
But
We
you
made that
eventually
choice.
decided to push forward, and with a few hours remaining, about
We
2 hours
arrived
left,
into Kresk.
darkness
Safe.
fell,
And sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing.
and
no
a
issues.
solitary figure
Ugh.
in the sky above you. And that is where we pick off.
So who's
pick up
outside?
tonight.
Yo,
Right now.
where are we all?
We are friend driving.
I was
I
the one who
was-
noticed it.
I was
I
outside
thought it was
because
Rick
I didn't
who
want to be
noticed.
in the wagon
It
with
was me.
No, Rick noticed.
Yeah, Rick was alright.
Was it me?
Vilnius.
Yeah.
Vile Nias. Ooh, that's
Villain,
happening.
villainous.
We were riding in the.
Vile. No.
We're right
He's
in the
not-
I thought it was
It's
me
too
that
stupid to be
noticed.
vile.
I thought
I think a few
Strahd.
people might have.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Somebody noticed.
So, as you travel further into the evening, night falling around you, the sky dipped beneath the distant Balanok Mountains. Moonlight pushes through the ever-present cloud cover, and the small shadow begins to come into view above you, slowly growing, and sharpens into a solitary figure floating in the sky. I must say, it's about time. You've led me on quite the merry chase around my lands, and you've barely given me a chance to see you during my usual hours. Was it something I said? The figure just hangs in the sky.
We're
How
outside. We don't.
can I
We're allergic to
quickly
nerds.
how far away is he saying this? Is
Yeah.
he saying this?
Several hundred feet, but his voice sounds
Like he's like right
very
there.
close.
Oh, I really like the.
So this is just an ominous voice I'm hearing?
No, he's
Yeah, the rest of you in the back of the wagon, you hear Strahd's voice.
Oh,
You know it's him because all of you have heard him speak.
What the fuck?
Leaf. What should we do?
What's
I would like
Rick seeing?
knock on the outside of the wagon to be like, get the fuck out here. Boom, boom.
I'm just kind of like.
The wagon comes to a halt, I'm assuming. You don't just continue
Yeah, because
traveling.
Marigold was not. doing
Marigold
too
was
well.
already pushing on. Anything beyond 8 hours for a horse is a rough travel for a day. The wagon comes to a halt, and the figure slowly descends. Toes nimbly touching the ground, a few hundred feet in front of you. And you see the familiar, taut, muscular frame of Strahd von Zarevich begin to walk towards you. Clad in the blood-red studded armor, with a long white cloak brushing the ground around his feet. At his waist, an intricate silver and gem-encrusted hilt to a longsword hangs, with the blade sheathed in a midnight black scabbard. It has been quite some time since a group has managed to survive in my lands as nimbly as you all have. He continues to walk further, about 200 feet away now.
Has everyone pulled out of the wagon at this
I'm
point?
assuming.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
right. So.
Everybody's out.
Are we still just sat there?
We're all
at the
there,
front?
like in a lineup, like cowboy style.
He is in the dead center of the
guy knows
road,
what's
hands
going
behind
on.
his back, just slowly walking towards you.
It's got that swag.
Since we haven't engaged on an intellectual level as yet, I thought it may be in my interest to see what all you've heard about me from my loyal subjects. And in turn, I may ask you about some of your exploits that I have not been purvey to. And he lowers himself onto the ground just about 100 feet in front of you, crossing his legs and steepling his fingers in front of his face.
So he like sits down like
He sits down cross-legged.
Just cross out.
Obviously, he sits down on the path.
And he's 100 feet away from us.
It's about 100 feet away from you at the moment.
I like that. I
So-
like that.
Shall we converse?
Never been.
And he's just
one for
seated
talking.
I mean, I
dead
like
center of the road, about 100 feet in front of you.
Why the fuck would we want to talk to you?
Well, I assume you would have some questions for me, given everything that you seem to be doing, disrupting my lands.
Well, you're pretty self-involved, aren't you?
Self-involvement is a mortal trait. I've grown beyond this.
Now less.
So you become boring. Oh, okay.
How else,
boring
what
for
else
some.
can you do besides be self-involved when no one else wants to talk to you?
Are we
Ooh.
roasted?
All right. You know what? All right.
A worthy quip.
Not-
Interesting. Some of you clearly more intellectual than others.
You, a simple peon, me, an intellectual.
The Chad Strahd.
So, and what kind of
Virgin.
guarantee could you give us that anything you tell us would be true?
The fact that I sit here before you, and you have every opportunity to attack me, and you have yet to do so. I'm curious, as I'm sure you are, hearing all of these different things about me from, I'm assuming, a few of the different villages.
How many people do you visit in this manor?
The ones I find interesting.
The ones you're afraid of, you mean?
Fear is something
Yes,
I-
it does. Yes,
Oh,
it's
wait,
I'm old
how-
and I don't care about
Long
things. Blah, blah,
transcendent.
blah. I don't really give a fuck about what you have to say. You'll be dead soon. And I go back into the wagon.
I'm interested to hear if you're in a talking mood about the mage who almost struck you down many years ago.
An interesting tale. He thought himself capable of removing me from my throne. Not to take it over for himself, but a testament to his own strength. But magic will do many things. It will not protect you from earthly wounds. At least not in his case.
You don't think his motivation could have been to free these lands? Connect them back to the world?
I'm not sure. It may have been, but the manner that he went about doing so, a bit too barbaric for my taste.
So you regularly pull adventurers into these lands. Why us?
A motley crew. I found if I brought a few too many like-minded and like-abilitied individuals, the game was no fun. It's more interesting when a group, a party of sorts, is varied, possesses different skill sets, is able to play off of each other and yet combat each other. It is rather interesting to see the inner workings of the human mind and those other than humans, since that seems to be all I get these days.
You said this was a game. These lands, these are controlled by you. Yes.
In a way, I oversee the lands, the people who reside within them. I ensure their survival or otherwise.
It seems like you still feel some emotions, even though you were saying fear and things like that were very human traits. I'm very, what does that mean? I did hear the tale of how a person that you were in love with was killed, and...
Well, that is interesting. You did hear that. I wasn't sure if that specific tale had reached your ears. Emotion, one of the many things cast off when I ascended to my current form.
And yet, you keep finding yourself drawn to women who, from what we can tell, sound like your dead wife.
Not women, a woman. Her soul reincarnate in a new host. She is rather lovely, isn't she?
You said ascended just now. But you can't leave these lands either. Can you?
I have ascended beyond my human form, and you see him reach up and kind of touch his ears a little bit, which are elongated a little bit closer to what elves' ears look like.
It's cool ears.
While I
Cool ears.
may not be able to leave, I still have all of the comforts and all of the playthings at my disposal.
So you're trapped here just like everyone else.
Those here who are trapped by me. I, in turn,
I'm trapped by someone else.
am trapped by the lands themselves.
The lands themselves.
Okay, what is it you're looking for? 'Cause there's a lot of...
Is he trapped by the land?
Is he trapped by the lands?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a 23.
Oh, well, you're fine.
Well, potentially
It's
not.
tough to tell. He's still far enough away that you can't really read his face, and he does not show emotion. There is none of the typical stress factors on a face that would indicate lying or truth telling. The words themselves make sense. It's about the best you can figure.
Jordy, as having a magic background,
Yeah.
does that make sense to me that he would be trapped by lands?
Make an Arcana check. Actually, no, make a
Process of
history check.
ascension.
History? Okay.
History check, yeah.
Well, that's not great. That's a 10.
10?
That's nothing.
I mean, demi-planes exist. Getting to and from them is difficult. If you can't figure out a way to leave one, you're essentially trapped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We're on a pathway, right? Are we surrounded by forest on either side?
About 50 feet off to your left is where the edge of the forest is. It's a fairly wide open area because the forest is kind of encroaching more now that you're getting off of the icy path.
So yeah, there's no way I can sneak into the forest without him seeing me.
No, in every direction, you've got 50 feet before forest would be
The
there.
pizzicato stroke.
And it is pitch black. You had not having dark vision.
Can I sneak underneath the carriage?
Underneath the wagon? Sure.
Yeah,
Go
try
ahead,
to like get cover without him seeing me. He's just like
go ahead and make a stealth check for me. I mean, you did say you went back inside the wagon, so.
Just fall.
Help,
Do
I'm
any of us
drowning.
notice this?
It depends.
That's a 10.
10.
Okay, so
Almost all of you hear because you're
Like
also
clang,
not super
clang,
far
clang.
in front.
Rustle,
you kind
rustle,
of
rustle.
you hear like the as Les kind of like catches a shoulder on something and the pang of the metal on metal. But he's 100 feet away. You don't know if he heard you. You can't even really see him all that well. There's just like a little bit of a figure illuminated by moonlight, and you feel pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna sort of go behind the carriage and sneak under it.
Yeah, you're under it, flat on your belly.
I think
Just in
I-
case
Hold
something
yourself
goes
forward.
down, I want to be able to get a jump on him.
So the process of ascension, is that what tied you to this plane? This land?
Yes, quite simply.
And what did that ceremony look like?
Some sacrifice required?
Was it against your will?
No, of course not. I sought it out.
You sought out being trapped on this plane.
I sought out power. I sought out the ascension. I did not foresee these consequences, but it is an interesting side effect. A few centuries on, nothing too untoward having happened. Just a few minor inconveniences.
Like revolts.
Nothing that could not be quelled.
And the boredom that requires pulling people from another world in order to be engaged.
I miss the thrill of proper battle. It saddens me that there hasn't been any kind of uprising in the last few centuries.
Are you lonely?
Aw, Hope. They're so sweet.
And you kind of hear him chuckle a little under his breath. No, I do not feel alone. I do not feel.
Can I
Then
insight
why
check
do you
that?
seek that?
In what way?
I'm so sorry. If he's actually lonely.
If he's actually lonely, go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah.
That's more like it. Where'd my insight? That's an 18.
18?
Hard to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough to know.
I'll take that over a no.
Yeah.
Can I also insight?
Sure.
Just so
Yeah,
you know,
'cause
I'm going to be holding a spell. If he makes any attempt to be aggressive or attack anyone, I'm
Okay.
like...
You can only hold a cantrip because leveled spells, if you hold a spell, you hold it for a round, expending the spell slot, and you either use it or you don't.
Oh, I
So
see.
you can hold a cantrip pretty much indefinitely. But, yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Sorry.
'cause-
Oh.
You seek out the soul of your ex.
My wife,
Yeah.
not my ex.
It's your wife's soul, listen, the women that you go for.
So how does that not translate to loneliness if you're still seeking out that connection?
Because the connection has never been broken. It's just a matter of finding the person whose soul it now resides in.
But how do you feel that soul connection if you don't feel emotions?
Leaf said he's got all those like Pythagorean theorems and shit. What the fuck's going on here?
I'm going to conjure a
just
mob
mean
just to go.
Strahd.
Oh!
Yeah.
The science of feels.
You kind of see him just... Interesting. One among you seems to have a bit of emotional tone more than the rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
From what we've heard as well, some of these souls have returned to you and then fled. So, what's that soul connection?
None of them ever return to me and fled. They return, or I bring them to me. What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
Are you talking about the girl from the village or about Irina? The girl from the
I
destroyed
think
village?
you're talking about Casimir's sister.
Is that what about the girl?
The girl from the destroyed village whose dad killed her, so
Yeah.
she was gonna go with
Yeah, she
Strahd.
wanted to.
She wanted to.
Oh, okay.
But
so
he,
she went
he
and then
like
she
the
came
priest
back.
in his village. Well, she was like came back and was planning to leave after he had started biting her, but hadn't turned her. And then her father killed her, or Mercy killed her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah.
Am I
So maybe you're trying to say you don't always get what you
Casimir's
want, or I don't know. Or
Yeah.
Casimir's
No, but
sister.
what's Casimir? What happened with Casimir's sister? I'm sorry, Jordy.
It's
Can we
okay.
I just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pause.
Like-
Floor break. There's a lot of
Floor break, yeah.
There's so much history.
There is.
Yeah.
I remember someone
Yeah.
Casimir's
going
sister.
to the castle and then escaping.
That was Irina.
Was it Irina?
Yeah,
Or do we
Irina.
wanna-
She didn't
wanna-
escape. She was like visiting with him, and then she basically decided not to stop
Yeah.
being with him.
Right.
She hadn't been started, as far as we know, she hadn't started to have been bitten, but she was sort of like socially visiting him a little bit, and then she was like, no way.
Yeah, she didn't turn vampire. She just ghosted.
Yeah.
Ah, undead
Yeah, I'm
Joe.
gonna aim up the hand crossbow.
Okay.
Ready in case.
Wait,
Hand
so you-
crossbow.
holding
got a
the action.
Hand crossbow is at disadvantage at this range.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, because it's only got a range of 60 feet.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
It's
no,
100 feet
Casimir's
away,
sister,
right?
he just captured her and tortured her.
Yeah, I've put
Well, right. I don't
my
want to
notes
like I'm not
say
like if he comes advanced.
Oh, okay,
Strahd
okay.
It's a
had
big
fucked
space,
with
You're
right?
just holding
Cass's
So when it comes to the
sister.
range,
Yep.
if he's
He left
bolted, I
Cass
would go-
with no
Sure.
Cass with no ears, and Rahad killed all conspirators, Cass's sister before Strahd turned.
Well, Rahadin did the ear thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so Rahadin stole Casimir's sister away to Strahd and fucked her up via Strahd. He twisted her. And then...
One thing as well, I'll just say this because you did say it, but just to clarify, she went there before he ascended.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She left, he ascended with his wife, then she was called back after he had ascended.
Okay.
Right.
I see.
Okay.
Because that was the whole issue.
What was her name again?
His sister, Patrina.
Katrina? But she wasn't one of his, like...
No.
No.
Okay. Never mind. Excuse that.
It's all good. But he is still asking you,
Yeah.
what did you mean?
I may have misremembered.
Why didn't Tatiana ascend with you?
Make a deception check.
Oh.
You failed. You totally did this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no.
20?
34.
Ah!
Alright, so, note
So-
to self.
Yeah.
Don't
I had more to
speak the
deception.
truth.
Interesting. You lie.
I only lie because my memory is shit.
Deception check.
Deception check the DM.
Sorry.
Well, no matter. Clearly you have heard some things that are true and some things that aren't, and you've made a decision for yourself which is which.
Why didn't Tatiana ascend with you? Join you in eternal life. Instead of having to chase her cell to cell, body to body.
I have more notes about our own party.
There were complications with her. I will leave it at that.
I thought you were here to talk honestly with us and tell us what we wanted to know.
Mm.
I'm here to converse with you, not to share every intimate detail of my life.
What kind of details do you want to hear from us with what you're willing to share?
Before
Why
we
should
move on-
we share so willingly if you won't?
Just really quick, what did his face look like when I asked about Tatiana leaving him? I know he doesn't show a lot of emotion, but...
Yeah, it's just deadpan. Everything about him, there's no... There is a distinct lack of any emotion, any kind of anything beyond acknowledgement is just not there. It's essentially just acknowledging the words and then responding.
Okay.
It's a very disconcerting thing because people don't speak like this. But it's the longest conversation you've had with him, and you've never seen him show emotion in the past. So
Sorry, Amber, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
Before we moved away, I just wanted to ask that.
So you're asking what he wants to know from us.
Yeah. 'Cause,
well, I was
Good
curious.
questions.
Given you've been in my lands for several weeks at this point, clearly having amassed some grain of power, being able to survive for as long as you have, being able to make your way across the lands, dispatch some of my more capable allies.
Oh, you mean Rahadin?
He was one. I was more curious of the magical types, the ones who made some interesting treats.
Hags.
Well, two of them at least. I suppose one of them did manage to make her way out.
Wait, is he showing emotion when he's saying this? Like
You see there's a smile on his face, but it's
Yeah.
not like crow's feet smile, like it's a...
She's probably like behind us now.
No, it's... He knows
That's why
this,
I'm under
this
the
digs
carriage.
He knows that this specific thing
Keep an
digs
eye
at
out.
least a
Right.
few of you.
You should tell us where she can be found. We'd love to pay our respects.
Yeah, we'll send her to
we'd
go
love
meet
to
with
say
Baba
hello
Lasaga.
again.
I'm sorry, who?
The witch of Berez, was it?
She was just kind of operating on her own.
That was his nurse when he was a baby. Let's remember that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay.
Let's run it.
Interesting. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I would also like to insight check that.
See if he's telling the truth.
Yeah,
obviously.
basically, if their name doesn't ring a bell.
No one can remember.
Oh,
That's the
sweet.
question.
I was just gonna quote straight from the diary we found, so.
Shit.
28.
That's a meter beat, 28.
Fuck yeah.
Legitimately, the name doesn't seem to register.
Really?
We got
Okay,
some
that's
backstory
interesting.
shit on you.
Did we
that's
say
so
her
funny.
name?
I
You said Bob
I
Lily
said
Saga.
Bob Lily Saga.
Was there any other name in that?
Yes. Oh god. The queen's name. Ravenovia, right? Something?
Yeah. Hang on, I've got it written down for sure.
Any of this.
Let the lore hunt begin.
Yes. That is
So much
definitely.
lore. Oh, you guys. Okay, shit.
Queen Ravenovia.
Perfect.
Strahd's mother.
All right, here we go. That's so funny. We found a series of notes in her hut, a creeping hut, that said that she had been employed by Queen Ravenovia to nurse you to health.
Well, that is interesting. Not many people know that name. Do you still have this book by any chance?
I don't think we do.
I think you have it, don't you?
Just like holding it.
It's in the bag of holding, I think.
Oh,
But let's just.
yeah,
We're gonna lie to this.
No, I don't believe we do.
Make a deception check.
That's an 18.
Yeah, 30.
Yep.
He's so many pluses.
Interesting. So you have more than one of my family heirlooms within your possession. I should like to read this book. If you could produce it for me, please.
You know, there is nothing of any value to. This is just to the group.
Yeah, no.
There's nothing of any value in that book to us that we do not already have.
No, we don't.
We've already read it.
Okay, but also, sorry, this is just like an aside. This is.
Please, undead stuff.
I mean, he's 100 feet away. You can whisper to each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
We can
please.
try
Um,
to.
Oh,
I
he
would-
can hear us.
I would
He
say
can
that
hear
is quite-
fucking everything.
There's information in that book about sacrifices she makes.
You don't want to give the big bad information.
She's very dead.
She's like this. I honestly, we could potentially be getting into a fight right now.
Yeah.
You guys want to? If y'all want to?
No, you're right.
If we
okay.
don't
Drop
give it to
loads?
him,
I
yeah.
don't.
Because you've read it, right?
I've read it. I'm
Yeah.
good.
We'll
Yeah.
kill him.
So we've
He's a
gotten the
nerd.
information that we.
Yeah, but it talks about the sacrifices she was currently still making to give him strength.
No, she's dead.
Are we?
I know, but
She's not
he
making any
doesn't
more
know that the
sacrifices.
sacrifices that she was making.
Sacrifices that she was making weren't continuing to give
Okay,
him strength.
that's
Yeah,
right.
right.
She was giving
misunderstood.
her the
Yeah.
ability to continue watching over him, essentially.
Okay.
The sacrifices that she made when he was a baby were the other ones.
Okay, I misunderstood. So it's
yes.
fine. I have no more complaints about giving him the book.
He's
Whatever.
Yeah, you know what? I can. Let me take a look and see if I've still got it in here. Thought we'd left it in the village. I'm gonna root around in the bag.
I'm sure you'll find it.
I'm sure.
Waits patiently.
Is there anything else you're?
I'll wait for that book before we continue.
Okay.
I'm gonna produce the book. So, a family heirloom, you said?
Well, that's less of an heirloom, more just interesting knowledge. And then he kind of looks at Leaf.
That'll go in the scrapbook nicely.
Yeah, no,
I was
that's...
referring to that item that you dug up. That was intended to remain buried.
You ran away. It was there.
That's true.
Fair point. The book?
Yeah. I'm gonna conjure up my mage hand to deliver
He just-
Baba Lasaga's notes.
Holds his hand out and kind of takes it and begins to just flip through the book a little bit and read a few other things and then closes it. Well, this will be an interesting read when I have a spare moment.
It seems like you got a lot of those here.
Quite a few. Has there been any other interesting places that you visited? Obviously the villages, having some interesting people within them.
We found the Abbey of St. Markovia. Very interesting.
Did you really?
We did.
It's been some time since I ventured that far west. Anything in particular?
The abbot's a very engaging man.
The abbot.
Why?
I had not heard much about him. It is rare that my gaze descends as far west as Kresk.
Perhaps you should take a weekend holiday.
We thought he might have been a friend of yours.
That, I can assure you, is not the case. Friends are not something that I keep.
How strange. You seem to insinuate that. You seem to insinuate that.
More like
you
a
guys
fan, I think,
Yeah,
from
they
his
were-
end.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
It was pretty awkward.
A Strahd
actually.
stan, if you will.
Well, perhaps I'll have to pay him a visit after we finish up this evening.
Can I take a look around and
Clear
see
the
if
way
there's
for that
any
curious beast.
sign of anything coming out of the
You
forest or
can't
anything?
see. You don't have enough vision because you don't have dark vision. There's a little bit of moonlight. You can kind of see the path, and that's about it. You can see the path and kind of the edge of the trees. That's about it.
What with you asking these questions about what we found interesting, what is it that you want us to say? Like, what is interesting to you?
I got a story if you want to hear.
The experiences of the people who I bring to my lands are of curiosity to me. It is something that I always want to see how my people treat those from the outside world, given how infrequently they seem to last more than a few days.
It's kind of racist, frankly.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, it's been pretty. Actually, I've never
Well,
been anywhere else. It's
Growing up their entire lives, being surrounded by nothing but a single race and having no real interactions with anyone outside, a lot of them probably don't even know that creatures such as yourself exist.
So hey, this is a demi-plane. Was it ever part of the prime material?
It was removed when the ascension was completed.
I see. Where was it?
Well, there were several terminologies for it at the time. I have no inclination as to what those areas would be now. It has been some time. I honestly can't quite remember.
I suppose that would make sense.
Interesting. But no matter. It is not going to be returned there anytime soon, so what concern of it is yours?
Well, professional curiosity.
Yeah.
Of course.
We
Profession.
are your curiosity.
Doctor of Geography.
Kind of. Yeah, we share curiosity towards you, and you share curiosity towards us.
Oh, alright.
Well, I'm also curious of the interactions that you've had with each other. I mean, clearly there seem to be friendships evolving.
Are you jealous of us having friendships?
Not at all. It is an interesting thing for me to be looking at, to see the interactions between those who I bring here, those who come close, and those who have rifts placed between them.
I realize I keep touching on emotions and things like that, but it feels very much like you're bored.
Why do you think I brought you here? Bored is not an emotion. Bored is a state. Something that a man such as myself with my background...
Are you a man?
I was.
Are you still?
I was once.
What would you call yourself now?
Boring.
You're not
Echoes,
Echoes
echoes
out
from
from
behind
the-
them.
What the
I'm getting
fuck,
some real
Wes?
Clarice and Hannibal vibes over here.
We see
Tell me
you,
about
Wes.
your feelings.
And he just kind of he ponders the question for a moment because it's very rare that he clearly interacts with anyone of any real intelligence. I suppose better is the term. Better than man, better than elf, better than orc, better than whatever walks these lands.
It's not better than elves.
We're all just laughing at a nice one, at least.
But yeah, I find myself very curious to see how you think of these things and what motivates you when it seems that, it seems very contradictory to me.
When you have been somewhere for as long as I have, motivations fall away.
There is still motivation though. You admit to wanting to find your connection to Tatiana's soul. That is motivation, right
It
there.
is not motivation, it is inevitability. There is a distinct difference. The soul will be reincarnated lifetime after lifetime. I will find the soul each lifetime and she will be by my side in each.
But motivation, you saying that you experience boredom and so you bring creatures to this land, that is motivation for you to not be bored anymore?
This is not a motivation, it is simply a byproduct of the boredom, wanting to not
I feel like you're
be by
avoiding
myself.
my questions and not answering them honestly.
Then it is your misunderstanding.
What happens when you reunite with your wife's soul?
She is by my side. I watch her grow old and eventually pass on, and we start anew.
Do you
Is she
not wish
willingly?
more for that?
Always.
From the stories we've heard, she doesn't return to you willingly.
Then you are misinformed.
Can I insight check that?
Sure, see if he's lying.
17.
17.
37.
No, 42.
It's only a 19, but still enough.
Sorry.
It's all good.
This ascension you speak of, surely there were higher beings than even yourself involved.
Not particularly.
Really?
Some magics.
Of course.
And a sacrifice.
And a sacrifice.
Perhaps of something or someone
Someone
magically charged, significant.
But surely,
magically charged. Definitely not.
surely to not craft, but to bring an entire demi-plane out of the prime material would take some sort of divine intervention, or
Divine.
none
Not at all.
otherwise.
No, simply the collected knowledge of individuals.
Who was a sacrifice made to if a sacrifice was made?
Exactly.
The sacrifice was not made to anyone. It was made in order to complete the ritual.
But a ritual is in honor of something or someone.
A ritual is completed for an outcome. That is simply what happened.
I see.
The desired outcome was achieved. A ritual required a sacrifice, and the sacrifice was made.
So,
Did you sacrifice Tatiana for this power?
Absolutely not. She is far too important.
but she wasn't able to ascend with
She
you.
was not, unfortunately. There were circumstances that prevented that from occurring.
And why haven't you tried to have her soul ascend since then?
Well, the ones who assisted with the ascension did not make it to the other side.
I see.
Would that be someone whose consciousness is still residing in the Amber Temple? One of the ones who assisted?
I'm not sure. It has been several centuries. I have not needed to go back there ever since.
You
Is
were
that where
there
it started?
recently.
Hmm?
Sorry,
You were
go
there
ahead.
recently.
I was near there, yes.
Retrieving.
Retrieving a body left outside, carelessly, I might add.
We don't.
Don't know if it deserved much else.
Trash can land where it lies. Lie where it lands.
Yo, hold on, I'll leave. We're not done with the
But it is interesting to leave such an important figure out in the cold. I mean, perhaps a mistake? That is for the rest of you to decide, of course.
I guess time will tell. Who's made mistakes?
It shall. Now, I have answered quite a few of your questions. I have a few of my own.
Oh, God.
Where are you hiding under?
You still just entered.
Yeah.
I've got a bead on it with
Just-
my little crossbow.
That's right. Ready for anything, for any ambushes that
Unless
might
it's gonna
come
just
upon.
one-shot Strahd with that tiny hand crossbow.
It's gonna
Get
happen.
that really good
Oh, yes.
straight through the heart.
So good.
Now, I take it Irina obviously still remains within Vallaki.
You have any spies left in Vallaki to verify that information for you?
You made rather impressive decisions around dispatching my most trusted advisor within those walls. I did not expect that outcome. It was interesting, to say the least. But since then, it is not difficult for me to find willing participants within the village. But she seems to be protected in some way now. Something that did not exist before.
She's protected by my love.
Oh.
Interesting. I'll remember that.
Strahd.
So, obviously still within those walls if you are asking if I have any spies within them. So that
I didn't
is-
say she was still within the walls. I asked if you had spies who could verify it or not.
Your words betray you. But no matter. So, within the walls then, obviously I shall have to engage as best I can. Thank you for that. Now,
So, if Irina has Tatiana still within her, she's not someone who's willingly coming to your side.
she has in the past. There was a minor inconvenience. Her brother and her father. Her brother remains. Her father does not.
You really think dispatching her brother and her father are going to skew her towards your side?
Skew her? Absolutely not. It would simply allow me to have a conversation with her. Let her see reason.
Coercion isn't love.
Living as long as I have, it is not coercion. It is simply allowing them to see.
It still sounds like coercion to me.
And I.
See what?
To each their own. The truth. See that she is the reincarnation of my beloved, and that her place is at my side for her remaining years.
And
Live
how do
in
you show
luxury.
that?
By showing her the places within the castle that would remind her of the past and what her future is.
Didn't you already try that? Doesn't seem to have succeeded very well.
It did, for a time, until her father stole her away, and he had to be punished accordingly.
Doesn't seem like currently she wants very much to do with you.
Have you asked her?
Yes.
How long ago?
How
Let
long
me see a
ago did you
smile
last come
break
first
out
with
across
her?
his lips. I'm guessing more recently than yourselves.
This truth showing. You've done this to every iteration of Tatiana's soul.
I have.
Has there ever been as much resistance before?
There was one. Rather than interfering to remove her from my presence, she was simply removed, and the village punished accordingly.
Perez.
Correct.
Interesting.
Insolence is not something that I will abide. A father disrespecting me as he did could not be allowed to stand.
Interesting.
Now, that item that you found, do you know what it does?
Take it you do.
I know of the magics that are imbued within it. I know these are things that I intended to not see the light or the darkness again. And yet you found it. How?
Well, like everything, you brought us here by chance, and by chance we stumbled on it, so...
By chance you stumbled upon something buried 20 feet under a living tree that repelled you. That is not chance. How did you come to know that it was there?
Nor were you. Wasn't chance that you brought us here. I feel neither of us are being fully honest in this conversation.
I never said that it was chance that brought you here. I said that you were selected for a variety of reasons, specifically your differences and some minor similarities. Now, where did you find out where it was buried?
Alright, I've had enough, and I'm gonna roll out from under the carriage.
Oh my god.
Really awkwardly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like,
Les thinks this is
just
going to be really smooth, but it's super not
and just
smooth
start
at all.
walking confidently towards you.
Les.
Whoa, Les.
Les.
Hold up.
Can we like?
You're in front of him, so
Yeah.
you see him walking towards you,
Yeah.
and he
No,
clearly
I'm fine.
looks
Trust me,
to.
I'm fine. I'm not gonna do anything that'll injure the party. Trust me. I just
Can
want
I
to talk.
insight check? Les.
It's up to you guys. Unless you being honest, or
Okay, as this is going down,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to say, in Elvish.
I think we play to the fact that he invited us here for a little bit of mystery and intrigue, and I think that's what we leave him with. He wants to know so bad these are his lands, he can figure it out. It's a little sassy, I know, but so am I.
Also in Elvish, which maybe he understands, but I'll say.
Guaranteed he does. Yeah. He's an educated.
How far am I from
There's-
him now?
Every
No,
chance
I'm
that
literally
there's something
stopping
valuable
you.
beneath
I will go past you. I'm not gonna hurt
evil
him.
entity like that.
I'm not gonna do anything
Buried
that's
in
gonna
the
endanger the
earth.
party.
But are you going
We
to
don't
try
want
to
to
allure
endanger
it to
you
get
to-
past?
We don't want you to
I'm gonna
endanger
turn to
yourself. The
Strahd.
party
Oh.
and you. We need you to stay here.
I'm not afraid of him.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Not being a coward is not the same thing as being
Just
uncautious.
keep walking towards him.
Okay, so you walk along the path.
I want to get right up here.
He's seated.
Yeah.
So your
So
life
I will
does that like crotch level.
Go. I will sit next to him and like sit cross-legged right in front of him
And he just remains.
and say,
His
"Listen, you
fingers just kind of steepled.
I'm like, listen, you undead husk of a human being. You are not intimidating. You are not scary. Your pitiful intimidation tactics are weak at best. We've been talking to you this whole goddamn time, and quite frankly, I'm getting bored now. So here's what's going to happen. You are going to leave us alone. You're not going to do anything to us, because if we all died, you would be bored again and have nothing to do, because you're surrounded by undead things and nobody fucking loves you. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to take off and leave us the fuck alone, and we'll see you soon when I have your head on my pike.
Damn!
Les picked the red option in negotiation.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up my phone and shout World Star.
I was just sitting there, I was like, I fully forgot how we found it, so that was good.
We had a
Does
plan.
Les have a pike?
Yeah, the
Les
spear.
never tried it.
Oh, spear, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
That is a spear, not a pike.
Ah!
Meta.
In the back of the
Dang, homie.
It's just, I don't care what it's called, as long as it kills you.
Oh!
Pointy stick.
Interesting that you should come so close to me. You should make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool.
I tried, you guys.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? God
Classic.
bless you.
It's
God
cool
bless
that Vilnius is your backup
Hey,
character.
he
though.
punched Cinnamon once when I tried to.
That's an 11.
I know, it's if he's
Oh,
got
I was ready to play fucking Casimir.
Okay,
Oh god.
good to know.
Ooh, I'm scared now.
Nobody's saying anything sensitive around Les from this point until the rest of the campaign. Because now you're Strahd's thrall.
Come sit beside me.
Do I?
You do.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
yes.
sit beside him and you kind of like place the trident
Well,
down
no,
on your
am
lap.
Am I like, do
and just
I,
look at him.
am I like, do I know, like, am I seeing my body doing things? I'm reacting to it, or am I just like,
No,
okay.
You are. Yep, you're fully in control.
All right.
And you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your new best
yeah,
buddy.
You want to listen to this guy.
All right, sounds good. And I just sit next to him.
Well, I mean,
It's Les. You get used to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be sending him back this way real soon.
don't worry. You'll be quiet, won't you?
You don't say anything.
That's what I thought.
You know what? I'm okay with this.
So, that's one. That item that you have.
We were eradicating that tree. We wanted to make sure it was fully destroyed.
A deception check.
Yeah, we did dig up the roots.
I'm so happy I rolled low.
Wait, I was gonna say, did we dug up? Hold on, I just want to check. Am I lying? Because we found that by digging up the roots.
That's right.
No,
yeah.
we did
Oh,
dig
yeah.
it up. We wanted to make sure
Yeah.
it was dead.
You
yeah.
were told that it was under a Gulthias tree
Okay.
by Madame Eva.
Okay, so I just
as
want to
part of
double check
the-
that I am actively lying.
Yeah, but when we were there, we
I don't
were
think you
we
are
did
lying.
dig it up.
Like, I just
Yeah.
want to say,
Because it was under
Yeah.
the tree, so you had
I
to
just
dig.
want to say, am I lying? Oh, actually, no.
Yeah, you are. You're lying.
Okay,
because...
I just wanted to double check.
Oh, shit.
we knew
It's
we
a
knew it
33.
Oh, damn it, because I rolled well. For my deception, it's a 16.
16.
That's about as good as it gets, really.
Rolled so well.
So yeah, 33 for him.
He's
so
a
you
good
just kind of... So you did find out from another source. Interesting. I suppose I'll have to determine if there is anyone within my lands who has that ability. I should like to have that back, if you don't mind.
As I said, you were there. And you fled.
It was not something that I expected to be found, least of all by you.
Strahd, it seems to me like you brought us here to entertain you, and you want to take away the things that'll make us even more entertaining? What's the deal, buddy? You're not trying to nerf us, are you?
There is a difference between being entertaining and being irritating.
I mean, you got less over there. I mean,
Yeah.
I just stand here like this.
And he is patiently at my side.
Do I have a chance to break out of that at all, by the way?
Nope.
Okay.
I suppose you need a replacement for Rahadin.
yeah.
An interesting thought.
Wait, what's insight check on his response for that?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
actually trying to see if Rahadin is still a resource for him in some way.
I don't know, no, I've got David.
Nothing.
We dumped that.
Oh god. It was a 19.
I know.
Yeah,
Fuck.
It's gonna be 20.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Oh,
like 4
that
hours.
one.
I can just-
Damn.
Oh, the complete opposite.
10?
36.
Yeah, no. Alright.
I've been rolling so well for him tonight, it's great.
I'm sure he's already
Yeah,
got bonuses
yeah.
on bonuses on bonuses.
Oh yeah, he's got and plus 18 to deception.
He's doing fine.
Um,
No.
it's weird. He legitimately thinks about the idea, and so the thought. I will say that the thought of replacing Rahadin kind of makes sense. And he kind of like looks over at Les a little bit, and you just are kind of looking over and just kind of, right, he told me to be quiet. Okay. And just actively not.
Can I talk now? Okay, I'm gonna be quiet over here.
Not right now.
I mean, replacing a trusted ally of over 400 years, not the easiest thing to do by a, whatever it is he is.
That's
but
fair.
Can I have like a slight eye twitch?
yeah, that's because that's an inherent thing about you that you're like you don't like when people don't know what you are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Fish man.
but
Sumi man.
as I said, that item being a tad on the irritating side that anyone outside of my family should have it, let alone know its whereabouts, that should be something that I should like to have returned.
We give you one heirloom, and all of a sudden you want everything that makes us so interesting to you.
Well, in this, how about we offer a trade? Your ally for that item.
I don't even like them that much. Oh my god.
That's probably something you could say. I mean, guys, not to be that guy, but this was kind of important. I mean, Les is great, but that's important.
I could always take it from you. I just would rather forgo having to lose some interesting pieces on the board.
I kind of think finders keepers, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't be trying to take it from us if it wasn't something that could potentially cause you some irritation.
Interesting.
Tell us about the city at the edge of the world.
No, I don't believe I will. Suppose I'll just have to show you a part of these lands that you haven't seen yet. Perhaps once enough of you fall and I reclaim my heirloom, you'll remember that Barovia is mine. And from the edges of the woods on the left side of the road, you see thick fog begin to roll out slowly across the dry ground. Looking at the edges of the trees, roughly 50 feet away, heavy padded footfalls land, and the jaws of over a dozen enormous wolf-like creatures begin to peek out, full hulking figures stepping into the moonlight, much larger than regular wolves, even much larger than the werewolves that you had fought.
Fuck.
But their visages aren't like either of those. Fur and hide almost seem to be rotting off of their bones. And you see muscles and tendons stretching inside gaping wounds on their bodies.
Oh,
And as they move, the fog across the ground thickens as if it's spilling out from their bodies where blood should fall. And he looks over at Les, and then back at you. Over at the wolves. Fetch. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, we thought we have
I
to
just
pee.
moved this as
Fuck.
different.
Yeah.
Even me?
Yep.
Yeah, but you're probably not with us for initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god.
Oh
cool, it's
no.
low.
Wait, I can roll at advantage.
Hey.
Fuck yeah.
It's a
Almost
4.
forgot.
I'm so excited. This is my new best friend. He's my buddy. We go on walks together.
He's the one that says,
Yeah, that's great.
my one and true friend,
I got it. Yeah, I'm not.
Count
there.
Strahd von Verovich.
Less in his
My
diary.
oldest and dearest friend, Count von Verovich.
Less in his diary later. Les von Zarovich.
Less,
I start eating bugs.
less hot Strahd.
He's just so dreamy.
I met a boy, and he's so hot.
Dude, I'm
I'm shocked.
fucking hell, Jordy.
I got.
Where's
That
my
is
blood pressure
bullet.
here?
I got something.
I was
necessary for
fine.
those guys.
Do you?
You're like, less Strahd.
There's gotta be a way I can break out of this gaze, and when I do, I'll be right beside him.
Yeah.
No.
Man, oh
You
dog.
stupid fuck.
This is genuinely your
And-
fault.
Yeah, you genuinely.
And 100% I'm gonna say that in character on the.
Oh yeah.
You stupid fuck.
So, Initiative 25 to 20.
22.
22?
I rolled another 20.
Oh, sorry, I got a 20.
20? Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna move this now that I finished the cheese off.
It was gonna happen either way. It was either
No,
give him
it
the
wasn't.
it was either gonna give him the item or he's gonna take it from
Yeah,
him.
but he
Yeah,
might
but now
not.
he has like
you against
you.
us as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he would have
We
like.
are going to need to clear
But will
a
we
fair
be
bit of room
fine?
here.
Because you're going to be attacking us.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say.
I'm so low on initiative.
I'm not breaking you out, dude. Like, you picked a backup character for yourself. Like,
Did we already
Yeah,
call
you make your
initiative?
bed and you have to
Not quite just yet.
I'm not complaining. It
We
was
started
totally what I would have
25-20,
done.
but then
That is a very
So
low trust.
what we'll do is just to clarify. So this will be the edge of the road. This is essentially it's not a
Right.
cliff, but it's like
Yeah.
nothing coming at you from this side.
And this side is where
This
the
side is
trees
where
are.
all the trees are.
Okay.
Strahd's friends are.
Yeah. All the like wolfy zombies.
Battle map brought to you by Jordy's 3D printer.
Yeah.
Strahd's furry
And then we'll just
apocalypse,
say this detached one over here. That's Strahd, and he's about.
But it's like a
100 feet
lot.
away.
Oh yeah.
So you guys would be anywhere in this area here. I'd say.
Need
within-
a
Aren't we
wagon.
kind of like?
Yeah.
We
Aren't
need
we
you to
kind
print
of
us
here?
a wagon.
I can do that.
Can you print it
Oh, yeah,
and
that's a good
make
idea.
sure it
Here,
says
we'll,
Daddy Wagon?
And cinnamon.
I'm gonna paint it.
Here, you know what?
Yeah.
For this, we can say that's your wagon for now.
Okay.
Little 3x3.
Would you make a cinnamon?
Yep, I can do that.
Aren't we all kind of like in the road though? Because we're not.
This is
we
the
would be
road
in
that's
this
back
This
there.
is the road
I
this
was
way.
over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And you're all kind of pretty much in a line on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move me forward. Well,
I'll put you like just kind of behind me and Allura.
yeah, that seems like a thing I would do.
This is the only thing.
I'm worried about like disclosing that we have the sun sword.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't though.
Yeah, but if we use it in battle.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I
And
wouldn't.
that's like all I got.
Okay.
You don't need a
I
mental
don't have
Literally
enough. I don't have
all
enough
I've got.
minis for these. For
I
this
would
one,
have
so-
daggers.
You're next to me. You could pull the ice sword out of Elise scabbard. I'm gonna use my arrows for now, and I
Okay.
have this silver short sword in my other scabbard. And if you
Okay.
mentioned, if you like quickly said it to me in battle, I would tell you the same.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% agreed.
I would be careful about what we're saying out loud so close to him.
He's 100 feet away, and we would have whispered.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
still,
but-
she wouldn't say, "I don't want to tell him about the sun
Oh, I
sword."
know.
She would have been like, "Do you have
I would
something I
have
can
been like,
use?"
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Just so
Yeah.
These guys are large creatures, so they take up 4 squares.
Is that hematite?
No, these are just random Michael's
Oh, okay.
special.
The Michael special.
Battles out. Now
That's your
we-
Strahd mini.
I know, I'm already
Sorry?
Can you
beginning
forget
so much.
your circles?
The circles?
Your little like
Oh, I don't have enough.
of the big ones.
Yeah, there's 15 of them.
The action
Sounds
economy
4,
dictates
10.
this is gonna be a bitch.
And then Strahd. You have him. And you've got 2 more of these guys here.
Oh, and don't forget about putting less in the.
So this is pretty much the edge of where the trees are. Strahd is seated as Les is seated beside him, about 100 feet in front of you guys. Okay. So, 25 to 20 is done.
Sorry, Jordy. So
Yep.
are these are on the corner? Are they not kind of like in a square or?
No, they are 4 squares.
They are 4 squares.
They're big.
Each of them are 4 squares.
Okay.
They're
So,
big.
but they're kind of like. So if this one is 4 squares, it's basically occupying these 4 squares,
Correct.
and then these
That's why
like,
they're on the
right
X.
beside each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they're on the
No.
X. So,
For
25 to
reasons.
20 is done. Anybody else? Just you 2? Okay. 2015.
19.
Also 19.
Go to us.
I'll act first.
Okay. 15 to 10.
11.
11. And less?
4.
4.
Lestifer.
Christopher.
Les von Zarovich.
My new favorite
I'm gonna
person.
type his
Leslie
name.
Von
He's the best.
Les von Sarovich.
It's in his
Dash.
diary.
Yeah, he's got like a hyphenated.
He's the father I never had.
Leslie
Literally.
Pauline von Strahd.
Did you come from an egg?
Oh, yeah, what the fuck did you
Only one way to find out.
Oh no!
I think there's lots of ways to find out.
Strahd,
Are
I
we gonna have
left
some
my
shape
egg
of
sacs
water
on the
style
floor.
things happening? You gonna flood a bathroom shape of water style? And just be
Okay.
No, that's an episode of Futurama taught me anything.
Let's just
Top of the round.
Yes.
Strahd?
Of
Strahd turns to you beside you and just says, "I'll be right back." And he turns invisible.
Oh, that's good.
And he leaves?
He vanishes.
Oh, that was easy.
Invisible.
Oh no,
Or he left?
you have no idea.
Yeah.
He just vanishes.
Well, you
in
just
front
said
of
he went invisible.
you. Yeah, he turns invisible as in he vanishes from sight.
Oh, okay. And so this hole, there's like it's just permanent. Like I can't break it. I can't do anything.
Nope.
Alright, hold on. 2 things.
Oh, there are ways to break it. It's just none of them
Sorry,
have happened
can I
yet.
ask, are both Casimir and Vilnius in the wagon right now?
Vilnius is fucking he's on the floor of the wagon holding like shit like this.
Is Casimir...
Casimir, it's up to you guys to decide what do you think he would be doing.
I think he's fighting with us.
Yeah.
Really? I think he'd be saving what he had for his sister.
I think so too.
I don't think he would be risking Strahd seeing him or knowing what he had
Oh, that's
in
a
order
fair
to,
point.
like...
That's a punk move,
Yeah.
Casimir, but I respect
That is in character for
Like, I
fucking
mean,
Casimir.
if we were desperate, I'm sure we could be like, Casimir, help us. But I think for now, he would be, like, a little tortured about it, but he would stay hidden. Cause
He's waiting till it's.
Vilnius, get out here now!
Bullshit, he'd be tortured about
And
it.
he just
He'd
kind
be
of-
fine.
Now!
Make an
Firebolt.
intimidation check.
Oh my god.
You got 1 firebolt, you better use it.
Jesus Christ.
1 shot, 1 kill, baby.
20.
20. Yeah.
Straight Dom and Vilnius over here.
Vilnius brought out his...
Laura would make a great Findom, I'm just saying.
No!
Right.
Oh, okay.
I fucking hate this guy. I want him to die.
I don't know.
Oh my
I
god. This is a
I
pawn.
could kill him.
We'll use the annoying Pudgy mini for him.
Just watch.
Yeah.
He's now your
So he-
boy.
so-
Yeah,
actually,
no,
I could
it's
kill
like
him, it'd
if
be
someone's
fun.
gonna die, it's gonna be this guy. I don't want none of y'all to die.
He's
okay?
currently prone inside the wagon. So,
Turns out he really likes being talked to like that.
Yeah, that's his thing.
No.
Step on me, Allura.
No.
Lean on me.
Oh yeah. Just go to town on me with the wiffle
okay.
bat.
Lean
Hope.
on me
Hope.
when you're next to him.
Hope you're up first. So you see a series of these snouts begin to poke out from the wool or from the woods on your left. You look back at Strahd, and as his form just slowly begins to vanish in front of you. Les still seated on the ground, kind of smiling, looking up, and like a little bit confused, and then kind of looks back at you guys.
Where did my new friend go? Can I talk yet? Or still no?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh no, you can't talk.
I know, the party's really upset about
God
that.
forbid.
Yeah.
I think something's wrong with the stream.
Something's wrong with the
I
stream.
can't see it.
Really? I just checked before and it seemed to be fine.
No, I can see it.
Yeah,
Okay,
your phone
never
is just weird.
No, wait, are we on the right?
I can see you checking your phone to check the stream.
Okay.
Actually, one thing is wrong with the stream. The names are switched.
Oh, you're right.
That was actually that way
did that
last
happen?
week.
It
or
was.
the-
I watched it and
yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that's super weird. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, no.
One sec.
I forgot to check. You know, if
Hmm?
I'll take a swing at them.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
What are you resistant to again?
Do you think he's actually gone?
Of course not.
No, he's watching.
If Fairy Fire was better, I'd cast it, but it's only within 20
As long
feet,
as
so
as
not
long
good.
as I'm like still under his control, he's clearly still
There we go.
around.
No,
Mm.
not necessarily.
Can't
No,
control me
you're
and not
like,
be here.
you're fucking Renfield now. Be eating bugs and like
Yeah.
finding in people to drain.
Nice. He has like some sort of like concentration spell.
Okay.
I love
so,
that you're defending Strahd.
Yeah, okay, there.
He's not a bad guy. Guys. Come on.
For real.
He's always just he's
So I
just
should-
misunderstood.
Original plan.
Just a curious.
I'm just gonna slide this a little further away just because
He's
the
a
microphone is
curious
blocking
chap.
it a
Oh,
little
sure.
bit.
You know, lonely. Needs a friend.
And I could be that friend.
I could be that friend.
I could
And
change
that's
it.
pop.
We're saving that.
Sweet.
Okay.
Just need some
Awesome.
love, guys, and he'll be, he'll be kinder.
Oh yeah, I think.
Let's see how this goes.
Hey,
Yeah.
So, Hope, what are you doing?
Oh my god. Thought we'd just be going into Crest today. Oh,
Yeah.
Who's got that shield?
One of those two, I think.
I think Leaf does because he's the only one who can use it.
no.
I still have it,
Yeah,
but,
still has it.
but yeah. And it's only 30 feet.
It's more of a flavor thing.
Yeah, There's still some distance away. They're like what, 30 feet?
50 feet away. The
50
wolves, yeah, technically they're supposed to be 50. 10, 20, 30. I will say they've moved out enough that they're 30 feet away at the moment.
Oh.
The front line limit is 30 feet, yeah.
Cool.
From where the doctor is, but you would still need to move.
Boy, this is exciting.
And you said they take up 4 squares apiece.
Correct.
So are they like? If I was to attack something in like a 5-foot radius.
You can hit one of them.
Okay.
Because each of them would take up essentially a 10 by 10 square, so you just pick a 5-foot square, so you would be in one of them.
Oh, okay.
This is that stress you tune into.
I know.
Yeah, no worries. It makes a difference, right?
I have 3, and sometimes I have multiple buttons. Sometimes I have, like, one of them has different stuff in it, the other one has a different one.
Okay.
Yeah. This is annoying. This is so annoying.
You can always hold your action if you want to wait for somebody to be like in range for melee.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, how's the impeachment trial?
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
I'm
Not
sorry, you
well.
guys
Sorry,
are started.
That's
The
what
stress
I would do
is happening.
The trial too.
Next giveaway is a dice that Amanda farts on.
A sense of theme.
Oh my God.
Okay, focus
We're
up.
gonna get some.
Sorry.
Focus up. This is going to take a while, so focus up.
Yeah.
Let's not open that can of worms.
So, what are you doing?
Fully basketball, let's get it.
I actually want to check something, but I will do this and then I will check it for another point later. Is I'm gonna a firebolt. I don't have like the radius for that, but is that
Fire bolt is a single target. You pick one thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna firebolt. Yeah, just dead center.
So, which one?
The dead center one.
The one.
Okay, dead center closest to you? Sure. Alright, go ahead and make your attack.
Pew pew pew.
I rolled a
Nice.
nat
Yeah,
Nat
they
20,
did.
nice. Okay, go ahead and roll damage on that.
20. Yeah,
So it's
4. So yeah, it would be 2d10 usually. So
yeah, so 4d10.
Need any thunder?
No, I'm good. Thank you though.
Whoa.
Oh, that was that.
Those
before
are both
I
nines, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
Before
Don't
I
worry.
made that.
9966.
So 12 plus 18 equals 30 equals 35.
Just 30. You don't add your intelligence modifier. It's just the damage on the dice.
Oh, but I have firebolt is plus intelligence. Oh, plus a proficiency to roll.
Correct. That's to hit. Yeah. So
Okay.
the damage is just whatever the dice are. That's
30.
the way spells usually work. Okay, so 30. All right, 30
Yeah.
points of damage. Nicely done. Cool. Heavy hit. The creature like kind of doesn't move in any way, but you see a lot of the blotching around it just begins to catch on fire and starts to burn some of the hideaway, and the fire continues burning. And then eventually peters out, but the creature seems unfazed. But you can see it as it kind of puts its paw down, it crumples a little bit underneath that. So it clearly had a very impactful hit. Cool. Nicely done. So that's your action.
I like
All right.
it.
On from there, we come to Leaf and the first set of direwolves. Who's acting first?
They can.
They can. Okay. Good to
Yeah.
know. So, the ones in the
I'm
back.
gonna cast a concentration spell. I don't know.
Yeah. Wise choice.
So the ones in the back, those ones here,
Actually, full.
through their allies, 10, 20, 30.
They're gonna have pack tactics on there.
10, 20, 30 feet.
Probably.
This is gonna be fun.
So they're going to be able to rush up into combat.
I'm down my stresses now. Let's go.
As far as they can get. Can't make it any further than that. So that is, however, because that is their bonus action, they're now going to go ahead and make bite attacks as their actions. So I need,
TPK.
I need Allura. Because he was back there, so that's the furthest you'd be able to get to. So Allura, this is going to be 2 attacks against you. These are going to be made at advantage because they do have pack tactics.
Oh, fuck that shit.
First
Just
attack.
Just want to double check. Are these undead in any way?
Oh yes, they are. So they're attack straight rolls.
Disadvantage.
Yeah. So straight roll. It's a natural 20.
Oh, that's not what I was hoping for, right?
So Allura, that is.
I want to make sure if we're about to die from this thing.
Yeah,
it's
we
worth
died
it.
good.
So you take 14 points of piercing damage, and they need you to make a.
Oh, you got the thing that prevents you getting damage.
Yeah. 14 points of piercing damage.
You get the link.
Do you want to reduce it? A crit?
So
That's it? That's
Yep, it's
the
14
damage?
points. Yep.
It's not doubled?
Nope, that is doubled.
Okay.
Okay, there's 15
I
of
don't
these
have
things,
it.
so let's
Okay,
like...
so you take 7 points of damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh.
Oh, you... Oh,
okay.
Okay, where's my...
Yeah. Jesse knows.
I think...
I think I know.
Oh, this is bad.
It is bad. I told you.
Because we didn't... Okay, hold on, can I, like, between you...
Yeah.
Is this like we didn't fight the things in the banquet? Like that kind of strength saving throw?
What?
The shadows?
No.
Oh, it's not
different.
that. Okay.
Different.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is different.
I don't
Okay,
know.
then I have no idea what's going on.
I think I know what it is. I could be wrong.
16?
16. 16 succeeds. So the creature pounces up on top of you, places both of its paws on your shoulders, and sinks its teeth into the side of your shoulder and begins to push you down, and you inherently shrug it and throw it off to the side as it scatters onto the ground, feeling like it was trying to push you onto the ground in some way. Second creature is going to go ahead and make an attack again. Straight roll.
That's super creepy.
That is a natural 1.
Yo.
Yes!
So both sides, natural 20, natural 1. So second attack does miss. The other 3 do not get any attacks because they are not within range of any of the party.
Cool.
So on from there we come to
I'm gonna
Leaf.
bless. Yeah, so I'm gonna bless the 4 people around me. Right?
Bless the 4 people around you.
Sorry,
Cool.
bless.
Bless you.
Bless. Allura, you've got your blessed. All right.
I do have my blast.
Bless.
Ooh, hashtag
Sorry,
bless.
bless. Sorry, bless. You get no
Bless there.
He doesn't deserve any bless right now.
bless. Oh yeah, no, I normally don't bless this.
Yeah, this is delightful.
Enjoy.
What a nice change of pace.
Okay, so that's your action.
It's your good boy bless.
Anything else?
I'm
Nice.
where it'd be, so yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if
To be fair.
if someone is able to break the hold on me, I'm like a fully uninjured
So,
character.
I genuinely...
On from you, we come to
Yeah.
Would you be
Allura
having
and
to do
Leaf acting simultaneously. Who's going first?
I'm
Alright.
going to go first, and
Okay.
I am going to quickly say, you got anything I can use?
Go for it.
And grab the frostblade out of Elif's scabbard.
We're right
You are
directly beside
adjacent.
each other.
I'll say as a bonus action, you can do that.
Good. And then from there, attack the one directly beside me.
You know what? It wouldn't actually even be a bonus action. You're directly adjacent to each other. You're acting at the same time. You essentially go here, and you just
Yeah,
grab the
pretty
blade.
much.
Sure, I'll say that's just part of your...
Nice.
Yeah.
Because you're allowed to sheath and unsheath the weapon as an action. I'll say that's your unsheath.
Like as a...
As you unsheath
Yeah.
Elite's weapon. Go for it.
Oh.
Make your
Okay.
attack.
Yeah,
so,
unsheath that.
Also, Kevin,
Unsheath that
Kevin,
rapier.
say hi to everyone who's coming here from TikTok.
Hey!
What?
People from TikTok, what's up?
This-
I'm
The TikTok star.
under someone's control right now.
It's
Yeah.
okay, but they're
It's-
pulling up for us.
So, first attack from you.
Is the battle cam on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can.
18?
18 does hit.
Okay. Oh. 13 points of cold magic damage.
Okay. Against the one in the middle.
This one.
Yep. Sure thing.
Is that the one that's...
13 points of cold
No,
damage.
this one's injured.
Nicely done.
Yeah, can
Okay.
we do something
Can-
to
I got
mock the ones that have been injured? considering how
Sure,
many
here.
there are?
Just use... Here, we'll use the frightened ones.
Okay, perfect.
Got them beans,
So, anyone who's been damaged is frightened. So that.
Cool, thank you.
So those two. So that's your action attack. You've got your bonus action
Yeah,
left.
I'm going to, I guess, just take a crossbow.
Fire a shot. Go for it.
17.
17 hits. Damage on that.
Oh, wait, did I...
You
do
don't
I...
get sneak attack. Because you're not the only creature within 5 feet, and none of your allies are threatening it,
Right,
unfortunately.
okay.
Yeah. It's close, but not quite.
8 points.
8 points of damage. Good to know.
And just waited this.
All right. 2 nice heavy hits. So the first one, you
Can
pull the
you
Frostbrand Rapier out.
TikTok out?
After having used it for quite a while, it feels good to have the lightness of the blade in your hand. Wait, no, the heaviness of the blade. Because the Sunsword just being the hilt feels a little odd.
Yes.
Stabbing directly into the chest, the blossoming across, you get the gigantic ice crystal forming there, and then immediately up to the side of the head, just fire a bolt through the head, and it just passes directly through the head, damaging the creature, but not really. It doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be reacting to the damage. It is taking it. You can clearly see the wounds are occurring, but it just appears to be a relentless creature. So that's going to be that one. Next up from there, we come to Leaf.
Okay. A leaf turns slightly towards creatures that are off farther. You hear her mutter under her breath for a moment, and then she fires a blazing, crackling arrow of lightning at the already injured one in the center.
Ah, nice. Go for it.
Yeah.
Did you just knock left?
Were you shy?
I accidentally hit left. No,
I feel like that.
Passive
The mini-
aggressive?
the mini
Yeah.
it was
explodes.
my unintended. Okay, so that's going to be
You do have a D4 on this.
24.
Oh, plus yes.
28 to hit.
28 hits.
Okay, so that's going to be 48 of lightning damage to him, and then every creature that's within 10 feet of this creature, which I would say is that one, that one, that one, and that one, all
Correct.
take 2d8 lightning damage.
Yes, they do.
Yes!
Damage.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been waiting to bust the spell out for a while.
Hey, big spender.
Dammies. Okay, I'm gonna do the 4. So the 2s are separate, right? The 2d8 is separate?
Correct.
Okay.
2d8 is separate because
So
it's
I'm
the
gonna
arc
do-
damage after.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So 48 lightning first.
It's
know, right?
Time for the damage.
Now I think maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't get my normal bonuses on the damage for this. Probably.
Correct, because this is you get the arc lightning damage instead.
Right. Yeah.
Dammies.
Okay, could have been better, but it's gonna be 17 though.
17 points.
lightning damage.
Okay.
on that
So
guy.
the one that Hope impacted with that fireball, you see a series of arcing crackles across its body. So 17 points of damage.
Yeah.
Strahd cursed
Okay.
less.
The arcs crackle across its body and the fur singes, and you see for a moment it just remains still, and then it just kind of slowly slinks and the parts begin to fall apart onto the ground, and it is vanquished. You can go ahead and pull that first one off.
See, they be bitches.
Now this is a 2d8 for.
Well, after taking 30 and then 20 something.
Do I roll 2d8 for each creature or one roll?
It's
of
2d8 and they all take it.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't make a save or anything, it just happens.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
7 points of lightning damage.
7 points
Oh,
of
sorry. They take a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save, okay.
Yeah.
What's the save DC?
It's like when you get a little stab shot.
I'm not sure.
Tell me what your
Is it?
It's 8 plus proficiency, so it should be 12.
Okay.
Plus your
yeah.
wisdom
Yeah.
modifier.
So
which I
8
think is
plus proficiency, so
Sauce
12
in it.
plus,
For dex,
so
huh?
16.
wisdom modifier.
yeah. That's
16.
16, your wisdom is plus 4?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So 16
And then they take half damage on a
failure.
failed.
Okay, so it's a fail, a success, a fail, and a fail. So 3 of them take full damage. The second one, that one there, takes half.
So this one would take 4 out of 7, right? It's like half.
Half rolled rounded down, so 3.
Oh, it's running down. Okay.
Can
so
we
3.
change that color of the one so we know?
Yeah, that's the one that damaged less.
Yeah.
Damaged.
So
less, not
less.
to make it easier for yourselves, there are a series of different colors. You can
Thank you.
kind of do it that way.
We
if
may
you
do
want
that.
to.
Yeah.
Because I like colors.
Okay, so that one.
Yeah. So let's do.
Do you?
We can make them consistent if we want to. Maybe I'll just do this.
Yeah, whatever you want to do around that, it's up to you guys. I just unfortunately I don't have 15 wolf minis.
What is the
Yeah, that's fine.
gender neutral for like
So
miss or miss?
on from you,
Like,
we
nuts?
come to. Oh,
Nuts?
sorry, that's your
Is that
action.
what- Okay.
Do you-
Sorry, what was that?
That was your action. Did you want to do anything as a bonus?
What did you say? Mux,
That like
rainbow
casting
flag?
lightning arrow was my bonus action.
Me.
Oh, it's your bonus action.
Yeah.
Lightning?
No. Yeah, casting is a bonus action, but then I think the attack is the action.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So then if that's
Like
the
a
case, you
few
made
people
one
say
attack, so you get a
mix.
second attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the third
Yeah,
attack.
some
Yeah.
people say mix.
Yeah, go
some
for
people
it.
say
So pick your
mix.
2 other targets.
I'm on that because
Okay,
it kind of gets into that like DJ.
For the regular attack, I'm just gonna do the one that's right next to Allura.
Yeah,
Close
go
enough
for
that
it.
I can just shoot it.
But
Yeah, he's a little
18?
18 does hit.
Oh, sorry, 13. Not 18.
13 just misses.
Okay,
Oh.
and I'm gonna try again.
Yep.
Same guy.
So this is your big damage.
Yeah, 15.
15 hits.
okay, we're falling apart.
So that's
Damage on
gonna
that?
be. It's my
Don't,
2D.
sorry,
much
you're also
stress.
blessed. D4.
Oh shit!
So
the
the
other
first- so
one
the
was
other one would've
13.
hit.
What is your initiative?
14 hits.
It was-
So
yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's 17 now.
yeah, so
Okay.
both of those hit. So go ahead and roll full damage for those
Okay,
ones.
so the first one is the regular damage one, so
Correct.
that's just a D8.
Okay.
So that's 5.
And was this the one Allura was attacking?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, 5 points.
Yeah.
Okay, second attack against that one as well.
And that's 2d8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Under the icon.
That's what we said.
Ooh.
Oh, sweet.
Like,
That's gonna be 14.
My thought is
14.
Like,
Okay.
dip it into us right now.
Okay.
Grab
So
that.
with this one, you see the arrow pull back.
That's one of those
Everybody
things that-
focus on this for a second.
Okay.
You see a leaf pull the arrow back. First shot strikes directly into the creature's hide, and again, it's just not moving in any way, but you can see parts of it are starting to fall. Second one, you catch it directly between the eyes, and the eyes kind of blink once, and you see the parts begin to fall apart, and then pull back into themselves.
Only magical damage.
So it
Fuck.
still remains, but is looking literally dead. It just hasn't fallen yet, and you don't know why.
But the one that I killed with the lightning arrow is fallen no
The
more.
pieces had fallen apart.
All right.
and
So
there's no
can
more.
do I have a free action to yell? They need magical damage to die.
I'll say you don't know that's true.
Okay.
So you wouldn't say that
Well,
because
I
you
think
don't.
they need magical damage.
They
Sure,
need to be
you
hit
can,
by a
you can
lightning
say
arrow
that.
to die. We
It's
know
just that you don't know definitively that
Yeah,
that's
no.
true.
only.
Wait, sorry.
Shit.
What's your favorite enemy? Undead.
It is undead.
Roll a quick intelligence check for me.
Yes.
I love when I get to use favorite enemy because it sucks so much.
Yeah. Because it's favorite enemy, I'll let you do this as a free action.
If anyone wondering
2.
what
2.
You roll every time
Yeah.
that is.
You don't know.
I have no idea.
You don't know.
Okay, but I think
you-
so
you
because
know-
I saw one
I'll
die
say
of magical
you know
damage.
undead can die from regular attacks.
Yeah.
So this is something you just don't know what it is.
Okay. Okay, instead of saying magical attacks are the only thing to kill them, maybe I'll say regular attacks can't drop them, and yell that to the party.
Okay, good to know. All right, on from you. We come to the doctor.
Cool.
Bunch of guys right around you,
Wait.
basically chomping on you.
What are those bitches?
Did you miss me?
Didn't
Oh, you
already
took your
finish?
whole turn already.
Go.
We've only been.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
moving slow.
Okay.
That's why I'm
Okay,
saying
okay. I'm
we
so
gotta.
sorry.
What's like this is just pretty. This is all like tight. They're all back together. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're kind of at the edge of the trees and just a little bit further into the trees.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna put up a wall of flame right there.
Okay, right at the edge of the trees. Good
Yeah.
to know.
Get
So, what is Wall of Flames?
Wall of flame is they gotta make dex save throws.
Sorry, what's its size?
Oh, it is 60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick.
60
That's why I was
feet long.
asking if 1 foot would hit both guys.
Yeah, 20, 40, 60.
That would get the entire
10, 20, 40, 30. Yeah, it's the whole way across. Okay. But it's 5 feet thick, right?
1 feet. Thick.
1 foot thick. Okay, so you pick the ones in front.
Would it like if I go right down the center line there? Would it not get both?
No,
or,
it
okay.
doesn't because you're putting it essentially on a square.
Oh, I see. I'll get the ones
but
in the back.
fire goes in a direction of your choice, and it damages that direction.
Very good. Then I will use the front, and I'll have the fire going back.
Okay, good to know. So the fire is facing backwards that
Yeah.
way, and so it's going to be on those creatures. Okay,
That's
so
correct.
what is Wall of Flame again? Read it for me.
You create a wall of fire on a solid surface within range. You can make the wall, blah blah blah, not important. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, a creature takes 5d8 fire dams, or half as much on a successful.
Okay, and then the other thing is when it ends its turn,
If it ends in the
fire or within 5 feet of it
Yeah.
on the one side.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Okay, good to know. Okay, so they immediately make a dex save.
Yeah.
What's your spell save DC?
19.
19. So that is a fail.
Yeah.
And success fail.
Okay. I can
So
deal with that.
yeah, so go and roll damage. 5d8.
Okay, that's not terrible. 5, 16. 16. I'm bad bad at this, so bear with me.
20 and then
16, 7, 7, so 30, 30? 30?
16 and 7 and 7.
16, 7, 7, 4, 3.
37.
37.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
sorry.
So,
Sorry.
16,
16.
2 7s,
So that's 30.
and then a 3 and a 7. Or a 3 and a 4, sorry.
That's a 6th level though. Because it can't be 16 on one die. It's 5d8s,
He had
right?
added some of the die already to get the 16 and then...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm so sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Shit, that's on me, yeah. I miscounted, I was thinking for Fireball.
Okay.
Let me re-roll then.
Yeah, it's 5d8s.
5, there you go. Out of my way. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Let's see, so that's 16, 20, 27, 29.
29.
29 fire damage.
Okay, 29 points of fire damage.
Recumbent
So,
fire damage.
fail, fail, success, fail. So, that is 29. 29.
And since it's doing dams back to the... Is it reaching the back line? No, right?
No,
Okay,
you
good.
put him on just that one.
Nice.
Success, so 29
nips.
becomes 14,
It
and
nips the
29. Okay, good to
I
know.
wanna
Alright,
flip.
definitely looking...
How are these two guys that are pre-injured?
The interesting thing is, you don't know.
Ah, very good.
Because the wall is fully opaque. You
I
can't
can
see
deal with that.
anything on the other side of that. All of you just see the sky light
take
up
care of
with
itself.
blazing fire. Lest you can now fully see everything that's happening because of the amount of fire that's there.
That's
Am I
right.
burning the forest too?
You're not sure.
Good.
You may be.
Into it.
Of course
So,
you are. That. the
that's
way
your
you asked
action.
that
I'm also
was-
going to use my movement to just step back a hair, because I'm not currently engaged, and
Yeah.
I don't intend to be.
Good to know.
You
Alright.
climb under the wagon
What-
with where
Were
less.
you on this square?
No, I was the...
There's
Here.
one directly behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just slid back a little.
Directly behind me?
No, sorry.
No.
One off the side. Behind
Yeah, I
So
was
you.
here.
behind a
Okay,
leaf.
okay.
Yeah.
So he was here.
Okay.
Leaf was here, so you'd have to step around to the other side of
Oh,
Leaf.
wait a minute, hold on.
They can't get you, it's fine.
Okay.
Just climbs in.
Good to know.
Villainous,
Okay,
get
so
out
on
here.
from there, we
Villainous.
come to
thought we were bro.
the direwolves.
I'm sitting
So
across the
these
lake.
ones who start their turn here. So what is it again? Is it's just when it appears or if they end their turn?
It's if they end their turn, yeah.
Okay, not if they
I
step
believe so.
through it.
I'm going to double check.
Yeah, double
on
check it,
Beyond
'cause-
real quick.
Because these ones I know they'll be fine to move through. So that's 10, 20, 30,
Some more water while I sit cross-legged
50,
and watch my friends.
60. They can slide around.
Oh, nice.
So these
They're
ones can all
not. They're
slide around.
relatively easy to kill as long as we kill them with magic. It's not necessarily TPK.
Oh! A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time
Okay.
on a turn. Or ends its turn there.
Okay, so because they started their turn in the fire. This is the weird one.
Okay, I
there's
thought
like
you
a
meant-
there's a specific ruling for this.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm just looking on Beyond right now, and that's what it's telling me.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Adventure dice, people. Go buy it.
Yeah.
Or just type them out.
Check them out.
Plan your purchases for when
And then-
you might win.
And then
win
buy
the
it.
set.
Or not.
Hi,
But you should
Hi,
buy
is
it.
this okay?
Yeah.
Because it's good
That's
dice.
great.
Thank you.
That's $13 Canadian. So if you're from the
$16
US,
Canadian.
the 16
Cat.
that's 12.99%.
No, I think maybe some of those are cheaper, but most of them are 16.
So like if you're
All
from the
the really
States,
small
it's
ones.
like $5 for you.
I feel like your math is
It's
questionable,
free.
but
They pay you to
Oh
take
my
their
God.
dice.
So, if you're buying their stuff and you're from the U.S., the exchange rate is in your favor. If you are buying them in Canada, shipping is free. You can't lose.
That's true. Considering the shipping from US ones.
Exactly. And
I'm
duties.
gonna buy.
Yeah.
I want to like. Do we ever find out if our code is like individual or like
I
the
think
buy
it's all
them
Yeah,
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 that's
let's
right.
not talk about
that
that.
on the stream.
I want some new dice.
Oh, big
I also
easy.
do.
I'm gonna say
You
because they
don't get anything
start
right now.
their
You are
turn
in
there,
timeout.
they don't take the damage because they
Okay.
took it when it was cast.
Yeah, it would be the guys like the next round.
Yeah,
guys.
if they
Chance of
decide to move
magical
through it,
things
yeah,
they will
just
take
like-
damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Do
that
we
makes
want to
sense.
rest
Okay,
less?
so yeah,
and
so
hang
that's
out
going to be the
this
case. Okay, so they're
I
all
would
going to
say
slide
hold
around,
off
so that's
until
all them
we're,
here.
like,
So,
really in a
Allura.
tough spot. Hold on. I think we should, if we can, we should protect.
Hey, Jordy,
That
Yeah.
knowledge.
those
Okay.
guys who were fucked up, how are they looking?
this is the thing is that they're all looking dead.
Yeah.
There's no real way of telling. As they're moving, their bodies are like sliding and shifting, like the pieces are about to fall apart.
But like more singed, you might say.
Definitely more singed.
A little
Sure.
crispier. It smells like
You just want
burnt
validation that that fireball
Okay,
was the right
so
Well, I got other ideas, but yes.
this is going to
Yes, I
be...
choice. It was a good choice.
Thank you.
We liked it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, this is going to be Hope, Elith.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 attacks against Hope. Straight roll.
Question.
Answer.
These two can't be. They're occupying
Oh.
the same square.
You're right. So this one, we'll slide one over. And they wouldn't be able to. Shit. So this one wouldn't actually be able to get in there. You'd have to be here.
That smug fucking.
Capricorn, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Alright, so it'll just be 1 disadvantage attack against Elith, but the rest of the attacks against Hope are correct.
Cool.
Actually, you know what?
Oh.
They're gonna go to the doctor.
Oh, you know what? That's
I
fine.
forgot that I have
It's a
advantage on my
Capricorn.
intelligence checks to recall information about
Yeah,
favorite
that's a
enemy.
Capricorn thing.
Yes, you do, but because it's in combat as a free action, I just let you make a single roll.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially, I gave you that because normally it's
Yeah.
an action to be able to think about that. I gave it to you as a free one because of favorite enemy. So, Doctor, first attack
Go.
against you is a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Second attack is a 21 to hit.
Also, yes. Also, my spell drops because it's concentration.
It doesn't drop. You get to make a save to decide.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
So, first attack damage is 11
Don't
points.
forget your blast so you have saving advantage, or you have a
Yeah,
D4
you have a
for saving
bonus for
throws.
saving.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
So, you take 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I
I
can
need you
deal
to
with
make a constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
and
Okay.
you're within 5 feet of me, so you also get +2 on.
So, it's +2, plus a d4, plus your con mod.
Okay. Yes. Good.
So
Thank
roll a
So you
d20,
got-
your target number is 10.
you. 20.
So d20
There you go.
and a d4.
20.
I'm trying to think what your minimum. You have to roll like a.
10 is my beat.
10 is your
Sorry, I mean-
base.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. That's 18. That's 19.
19? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Plus.
so you succeed.
Oh, plus, yeah, so 21.
Yeah. It's anything over 10.
Okay, so I'm
Second one is 13 points of damage.
okay.
So first one was 11, second one is 13. I need you to make another constitution saving throw. Same effects.
13 points of damage, right?
Yes. So a total of 24.
Well, this is.
That's probably it. I'll figure it out later.
Fine, everyone's fine.
You're looking patchy over there.
Yeah,
in
that's
your little...
also fine.
Okay.
It's
I also need you to make 2 strength saving throws.
noted.
Same thing.
Plus this guy.
Everyone's cool.
You know who's fine?
Oh, you know what? That's
Strahd.
actually great. That's a 20 on the first
Okay.
one.
Second one.
Over at Strahd.
He
I love
is
Before
the plus
an
2 even?
interesting man.
That was before plus
You
2.
should hear the stories he can tell.
13.
13.
Got so many
13 for the
stories.
second.
I'm amazed that our
Is that
sorcerer
with the +2?
like did okay.
Yeah,
Really good storytelling.
with
Okay. 13 just
Strength
succeeds.
and-
Good to know.
Nice.
So those are your
Yeah,
attacks.
sorry. Just wanna make sure
Elite,
you're-
one attack against you at
Appreciate it. Thank you.
disadvantage.
Okay.
It's a 16 and a 2. So, so the attack does miss you, unfortunately. So the 3 dire wolves come in. One of them
Unfortunately.
just being just large enough, it doesn't seem to have a way to get in there. But you can see the teeth and our jaws are snapping at all of you. That's going to be their turn. Next up, we come to the last set of dire wolves. They have no way of getting into combat, so they're going to use their full turns to run around the fire.
Sons of bitches.
They're going to be just on this side of the fire and unaffected by it.
Will they all be going around?
Yes,
Because that's still coming within 10 feet of the wall,
Nope.
isn't it? Oh, okay.
because they can completely come around the wall.
Noted.
How long is the wall? How long was it?
60 feet, which is the whole way across
Oh,
here.
okay, okay.
So they're
I
just
forgot to
essentially
account for the fact that this is outside.
Yeah.
Right.
fine.
There's no
Sadly.
like.
No
You did your
walls.
best.
All right,
They're not
that's going to be their turn.
smart,
Top of the
so-
round.
I got a backup.
Strahd.
Boss. Wait,
Wait, no, Vilnius.
Vilnius and Les.
Oh, right. So,
The dumpster.
Vilnius.
The new party.
Vilnius
Can he
actually
just peek
phenomenal.
his head out of like
It's
our
Dicecream Sandwich
top
and
window
Vilnius.
and just got his fireball from within the way?
So Vilnius is gonna go ahead. He's gonna make a Constitution saving throw to see if he even wants to step outside and fight. Like, you intimidated him to make him look outside.
Vilnius, you ride. Vilnius, you ride with the pack and die with the pack.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna kill this guy myself.
Vilnius just shit himself in the back of
He literally looked outside, saw zombie dire wolves, went nope, and shut the window.
Roleplay
And this is back laying on the
today
ground.
do
is
this.
so
Now, the
great.
interesting thing of note here: all of you expecting Les to come to your aid. Les,
None of
what
us-
do you
No,
do?
no, none of us were expecting
Not
that.
expecting, but like hopeful looking at it.
No, we all knew
I didn't
exactly
expect
what
that.
happened.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Les is completely motionless on the ground, just kind of sitting and looking at all of you and just kind of smiling a little and just kind of going like this. That's all he's doing. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
Top of the round.
He's in the honeymoon
You're not
phase.
sure what's happening. Hope, you're up first. You don't.
Cool.
He's got so much history.
Considering that they are now closer to me,
Yes.
much
Lot-
closer,
Much closer.
much closer, I'm gonna whack out my great sword.
Nice.
Whack it.
Both hands bringing the greatsword in front of you. You've got one adjacent to you and one directly in front of you. Which one do you want to hit?
I'm gonna be.
To be fair.
You said you weren't going to jeopardize the party.
So,
I didn't.
I'm gonna go for the one that
Guys,
Fuck
Ember's
us.
going.
alright, what are you doing?
the one that is like here, the one that attacked the doctor,
Sure,
basically.
go for it.
'cause
Thank you. We're friends now. We were friends before, but now we're
that
extra
is
friends.
28 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Damage on that.
Yeah, and so that will be. Do I throw in a little something? Do I throw in a level 1 spell? Yeah. Sorry, just that me making decisions. And I'm gonna do.
Something. Right about
Right
now. It's
about
coming. Oh,
now. So yeah, I will add some Divine Smite onto there.
Okay, Divine Smite on that.
Yeah.
Go and roll the damage.
And is the target undead?
It is.
Yeah. So that's 2d6 plus 3d8.
Yep.
2d6.
But if we hit it,
Yeah, these are the
Okay,
ones
cool,
that the
cool.
doctor damaged with the,
Cool, just
the
double
wall of
check.
fire.
3d8. There's so many dice in my hand. Oh. Okay. That is 27 points.
27. So interestingly, you saw Elite pull the bow back, slam a series of arrows into the creature, and the parts begin to fall apart a little bit and kind of like reconstitute themselves as if they shifted back into place. You taking the blade, carving directly up from the bottom underneath the creature, kind of half expecting the same thing. The blade touches the edge of it, and there's a flash of light as you imbue that the branding smite into it, or the divine smite into it, and the entire creature just it shatters from the inside out, completely shattering into its pieces, and each of the pieces burning into ash on the ground,
Oh shit.
Nice.
completely destroyed.
Oh wow.
Murder.
So radiant damage seems to.
Seems to have an effect.
Hey, boy, does it.
Yeah. So I will mark off that I use that spell, and then. Second attack.
Yeah, do it up.
Yeah. So I'm then gonna go for the one. This one right here.
The one directly in front of you?
Yeah.
Yep, go for it.
And who's next up? In
With my
initiative
great
order?
sword.
After Hope is Leaf and the three, and the first set of dire wolves that move.
Leaf and the wolves.
Even the wolves.
Don't forget you're blessed as well.
Fuck
Last up.
yeah. So that is a 15.
15 hits. Damage
I
on
rolled
that.
a 2.
Yeah.
Get it already.
Well-
alright.
They're not tough to hit. They're just hardy.
Yeah.
Do you want to divine smite this as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I feel like Strahd, like, I might be making this up, but I feel like Strahd's watching, and I feel like if he
Totally
sees me
watching.
really fuck some shit up, then I feel like that would be great.
Gets home and starts like pumping iron immediately.
I'm gonna train for
Alright,
this.
so, yeah.
Let's take my towel.
I have a tiger starts playing.
3d8
You go,
plus
you go, master.
2d6.
Yep.
Do you need a wet towel?
Can I keep the towel afterwards?
I would really like to examine it. Find out how your greatness comes out from your liquids.
I'm just
You can't hear what I'm saying.
I'm like, are you talking
Guys, we
about...
need to focus.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, this combat's gonna take forever. So,
I mean,
everyone have planned what they're gonna do?
Uh-huh.
That's 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. That was that one. Yeah. Yeah, same thing. So cleaving up through the first one, it shatters into 1,000 pieces. You immediately have the blade up over the top. You switch your grip over and come down over the skull of the other one. Touches the top of the skull, and before the blade is even fully sunk into the skull, just shatters again, and all the pieces begin to burn on the ground, and then they slowly turn to ash. The one directly in front of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Can I
Sick,
use
sick,
a free
sick.
action to shout out about it?
Yeah.
Radiant damage is fucking killing it.
I think you're the only one
You're
of us
the
who
only
can
one
use
who can
radiant
do that.
damage.
The
Oh.
sword's radiant.
We don't want to
You don't know?
let him know that we have that.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Thanks. Thanks, Hope.
We saw.
on
Good
from
That
Hope,
was
we come to
epic.
Leaf, and the first set of dire wolves moved. The ones that are kind of mostly on this side of you guys. Who do you want to go first?
I think I'm gonna go first.
All right, Leaf, you're up.
I'm gonna cast a spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Res my little ball.
Where's your little ball right here?
Fixed.
Fixed.
Oh, wait.
Super glued back together.
Yeehaw! Gonna go for this one. So just gonna pop it kind of next to Allura.
Yeah, do it up.
Yeah. And little bean's gonna go for it.
Awesome.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Make your attack.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Gotta look at. I'm sorry. I've cast this all the time, and I forgot to. God, I feel like I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh again.
So you're hitting the one that you saw begin to fall apart and then come back together?
Oh. Actually, no. I'm gonna hit the undamaged one.
The undamaged one on the other side? Okay, go for it.
Yeah, cool. So then,
Attack against that.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's 14.
14 just hits.
Yay. Woo. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
AC 14.
So that is sweet.
Damage on that.
Yeah.
Really close. Almost
It's being
rotated.
an 8, but it's a 2,
It's a
so
2.
that would be I think what was that? Oh my goodness.
Is it just 1d8?
Yeah. Oh, at this level.
Oh, you just cast it at second?
I'm keeping my healings.
Just saying.
I'm keeping it real.
So you did it at level 1?
Yeah. So I add on. Yeah. So what is that? 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage, and then I'm going to. I'm gonna. So that was my bonus action.
No. You,
Yep.
No.
For my action,
You can't.
I want to
Can't.
post up here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. Oh no, sorry, that one's. So I want to get in.
Yeah, so this is your caravan, so
Yeah.
you can kind of.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you're just
gonna-
engaged with that one?
Yeah. So and I want to take a swing at it.
Sounds good.
And I believe I can do a divine boot with this.
Divine boop.
Yeah.
You-
I have a divine strike.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
I like divine boop
For
better.
clerics, it is divine boop.
Oh,
And
but
divine
it is
boop.
truly a divine boot.
You get the
with a,
divine
like, a
boop,
6.
and you get
Six,
the
yeah, I
divine
know.
boop.
that
So
one-
you
that one
reach out
missed.
and you touch its little nose.
Yeah.
Reach out and touch faith. Nope.
Nope. I was not a fan of that.
I will say, I apologize, I did forget here. You're not resistant to cold damage, you're resistant to fire, right?
I'm resistant to both.
To both?
Yeah, because the heart of cinnamon makes me.
Right, resistant to cold. Okay, I'll say we'll forgive this one for now, but at the start of your turn, with the fog that was creeping and kind of like billowing out from within the creatures, your feet started to get icy cold. You started to feel yourself essentially having to like warm your feet up really quickly.
Yeah.
You should have taken damage, but I forgot to do it, so we're not going to make the damage.
I
All
also
of us?
think as a
Nope.
paladin, I'm resistant to a bunch of shit.
Yeah?
Might be
Yeah,
worth it.
but I will double check that.
Sounds good. So
right,
it'll
that's my
matter
turn.
later on. Leaf, you were not adjacent to anybody, so you didn't take it. However,
I
now
do
it's
have
3
resistance
dials.
because I got the boots on.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
From
immune.
good, baby.
I'm immune to disease.
So that's poison damage.
Okay, let me double check to see if there's anything else.
So this guy is going to go ahead and slide in here, so you can do that. This one is going to go ahead and slide in over here. And then this one is going to squeeze.
Nope.
Yeah, he can.
This.
Yeah, I know, because he can squeeze in here.
Pulling out the Go for it, baby. I'm eating right now. I can't do anything.
Yeah. Actually, you know what they're going to do? They're going to be smart. There we go.
Would that not provoke an opportunity attack?
The one that moved actually would. Yeah, Leaf, you would get an attack of opportunity.
Hey.
Warcaster.
Yeah, and I can cast a cantrip.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do my. Oh my god. So sorry for slowing down, but
I mean,
I'm doing the
It's still kind of in like, because if this is the square, he's still
No, it's this
adjacent.
one.
Oh.
It was directly adjacent.
Yeah,
to the
I'm gonna
corner.
do
Oh, yeah.
So
nice.
it's gonna make
okay.
a spell saving throw of 18.
Spell saving throw?
Oh, sorry. Dexterity saving throw.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
Yeah. 18?
Yeah.
That is a 20.
No.
That is a natural 18 plus 2. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Dang.
Close, but not quite.
It happens.
But it manages to just avoid the spiriting fire coming out of the ground. All the attacks are going to be coming in now, so this is going to go ahead and be
Darn.
2 against Leaf, 2 against Allura, and 1 against Leaf.
Okay.
So 2 against Leaf, straight rolls. That is a 18 to hit,
But misses.
misses, and then a 9.
Okay, that
2 against Allura. 14 and 11. No, 15 and 11.
Both miss.
Both miss. And then 1 against Elith.
Hi.
That's a 12.
Dang.
So those ones, none of them managing to do any damage regardless. Unless is clapping from the other side. You do see that.
Like a
He's
little
clapping
like
for
golf
Strahd.
clap.
little golf clap.
Strahd's like right above us, just like.
So that's going to be all of their turns. Next up, Allura and Elith. At the start of your turns,
Yep.
the fog that's been spilling out from them, that's been welling around your feet, you begin to feel the icy pierce of that. Elith, you have 2 creatures adjacent to you. You take 6 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And Allura, you also take 6 points of cold damage.
We're gonna get back to Brez. Your feet are gonna look like.
And you notice as well that the fog is because it's spilling out from the creatures as if it was blood, is beginning to kind of grow a little bit. It's almost up to your
the
knees at this
cinnamon
point.
says we're resistant to cold damage. All friendly creatures within 30 feet are immune to the effects of extreme cold.
Effects of extreme cold
Right,
is
we're
needing to
doing
make
cold damage.
Constitution saving throws, not cold
Yeah, it was
damage.
like
Yeah.
Amber Temple.
Yeah, exactly. That's like you can walk outside and be really cold in a t-shirt and shorts.
Right, we just wouldn't get hypothermia
You
and
just
die.
won't get hypothermia and die.
No frostbite.
We're
Exactly.
constantly just that.
So you do take the damage. However, it is now both of your turns. Who
Yep,
is
I'm
acting?
going first.
Okay, Elite, you're going
Um,
first.
I'm just going to quickly say to Allura, I'm going to try and get them wounded, and then you can finish them off. And then I cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action.
Okay.
And
What does that allow you to do?
so I can make an extra, or one of my attacks on my turn at advantage, and I get an extra 1d8 force damage on the hit.
Nice.
So I've also got Bless, and I'm also going to use my Sharpshooter feat for that. So I'm going to take a -5 penalty
Yeah.
and get +10. So
which
We're
one?
gonna do some math.
Which one are you hitting?
this one right here.
Okay, so because you're directly adjacent to it, it is attacking a disadvantage. You'd have to attack something that's not directly adjacent to you to not have disadvantage.
Okay. What about this one?
Yeah, you can do that. That's
Actually,
the one
that
that's
one's
on
already
its last
damaged,
legs.
right? Yeah. No, I don't want to do that actually. I'll do
It's
this one.
this one, or this one. Those are the 3 that are completely
okay, I'll do this
undamaged.
one first.
That one? Okay, go for it.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. So that's going to be 16. So actually 11, and then 12, and then 22 to
Yeah.
hit.
22 hits.
So extra 1d8 and +10.
Correct.
Mathing. See,
Mathing.
this is extra math. So this one's gonna be the force damage.
Yep.
So it gets 5, or sorry, it's gonna get 9 piercing damage and 6 force damage for 15 in total.
15 in total. Okay.
Yeah.
So 15 points of damage. Okay. The arrow, you pull back and you slam it into the creature, and again you see the exact same thing. The bones beginning to separate and all the fog really beginning to spill out, and then it just kind of sucks that arm back in, and it manages to maintain on its feet.
Does it look like it was injured though?
Oh yeah, definitely
Okay, yeah.
injured. It just hasn't
That's what I mean.
completely dissolved, essentially.
I think Elise knows that it's not killing them, but she just wants to get their HP down basically, so that other people can finish them off. And then I'll fire at the one that's over here by Leaf.
Sure. Go for it. Yeah, this one's looking real healthy.
I'll use my sharpshooter feat on this one as well.
Okay, go for it. And bless.
And bless. Oh, not 20.
Nice.
Well,
so doesn't
so
matter.
31.
So it's a natural, yeah. So
Sweet.
Nice.
double the damage on that for the dice,
Okay.
and then plus the 10 plus
Come
your dice.
on, Lee.
Yeah.
Live for that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that you're, as
got
a
a chance.
PC, you're still, or your player is still rooting for us, even though.
My soul is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sure.
it's gonna be my.
That's why I was asking if I was like, it was like one of those things where I'm like looking up at the inside. I'm like, oh, this is horrible.
We're in
Yay,
the-
Strahd.
No, you're a new vampire husband. It's fine.
You're the
26 points of
genie.
damage.
from
26 points.
I was gonna
Yeah.
go for a sunken place thing, but alright.
Yeah, that too.
Do you have another roundy thing?
Oh man, I've got Richard.
Yep.
Kind. No, not Richard. Kind. Toby Huss?
26. Yeah.
26. Impeccable hit. You can see the pieces starting to fall apart. Not getting to the point where they're sucked back in, but definitely looking like it's substantially damaged.
Okay.
More so than it was to start the combat.
Yeah,
Alright, so that's your full turn.
it is.
Alright, Laura, you're up.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Leaf's this thing
Does not occupy any squares.
right? But it does it does it
Count as a
count as
friendly
a
No, it doesn't get opportunity attacks.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, does this count as a
An ally.
An ally?
No, it does not.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, ally
It's a
is a
weapon.
That would
physical
actually be
person.
sick, though.
Oh,
Fly
But
that
then
around.
this one
Yeah.
is engaged
Well, that
with
works.
Leaf
Yeah.
as
That
well.
was the,
No, but I'm
the thing with
engaged
Rick,
with
True.
like I'm within 5 feet.
Like Rick
So
and
basically, I have to move. That's why I just was
Th-
wondering.
this one you get sneak attack on.
Yeah.
Because the leaf is also engaged.
And
with
I
her.
just
Yeah, I'm right there.
powed that one, so it's probably weak enough to die.
Yeah, so you would get sneak attack on this or on this. Because you're adjacent to both of them and you have an ally also adjacent
Yeah.
to them.
Okay. And that one has not been hit yet. So I'll Frostblade,
Oh,
Frostblade, the damaged one?
the damaged one,
Okay, go for it.
and I still have blast, right?
Yes, you do.
I'm rolling real good into the left one. But I mean, I still hit, so. Shuffle my dice.
16.
16 hits.
Okay.
I'm just gonna visualize it.
8, and then I get my 5.
Yeah, pretty sure.
D6s. Okay, so
Sorry.
got-
Oh, yeah, never mind.
What?
Never mind. It's okay.
Get that sneak attack.
Yes,
Get
never
that
mind.
sneak attack. Start up live journal.
Of cold
Yeah,
magic
I get
damage.
it.
27 points of cold magic
I
damage.
fucking was on live journal
Okay.
for so long.
So, taking the blade back, going low and just striking directly up through the skull, the ice blade pierces the top of the skull and immediately the entire head encases in ice, shatters into pieces, and the entire body shatters and sloughs off.
Yeah.
Is that like
Yep,
take it
it's-
off?
It's removed.
yeah.
Good job.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so that's your first attack.
Oh, wait.
I will.
There is the one that's kind of been like falling and back a little bit. You know that it's essentially something is keeping it together. You might be able to pick it off. You're not sure.
Which one is that one?
That's
This
the one directly beside you.
This one. Okay, I'll take a shot at that one.
Go
Sure.
for it.
Still with blast, right?
Still bless, yeah.
Let's just out there scratching the beds.
Oh god. 18.
It is really good.
18 hits.
You made this bed.
Everyone's doing so well. Oh, you're doing fine. Fine.
I like
Yeah,
cranky
how does
nurses.
that feel?
5 points?
5 points.
Everything is fine.
Okay. You see the body again falling apart and then just barely pulling itself back together. Elith, this kind of triggers a memory for you of the bodies like falling apart and coming back together and back into zombies. Zombies have a thing where they need to be hit for essentially enough damage to break the spirit hold that is holding their form together. And every time they get hit, they either fall or they remain barely hanging on.
Oh,
So basically, it had to be killed by enough damage that it.
Essentially, every time they get hit,
Yeah.
their ability to remain comes into question. I make a save to determine if they succeed or fail.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's based on the amount of damage. The more damage you deal, the less likely they are to be able to maintain their form.
Okay. Can I relay that to the party at all?
I'll say sure because it's all you and Allure are acting on the same turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's been relayed to everybody. So you essentially you need to hit them for massive damage, or obviously
Or just keep
radiant.
hitting them, keep
Radiant
hitting them.
damage also works.
I would also like to scream, Vilnius! Get out here!
Make an intimidation check.
We gotta try gentle words with this.
No.
Oh,
No, we don't.
We don't.
Yes, mommy.
Do I get bless on that as well?
No.
100%.
Attacks and saving throws.
Okay.
I was gonna say
13.
it's just
13. You just kind of hear from inside. No! And that's it.
Classic Vilnius.
So,
Casimir's just sitting there like, I'm not
on from you, we come to the doctor.
Casimir. Cool. So, what I would like to do...
Sorry, at the start of your turn, you do
replacing
have
the gold
I got
one
it.
engaged with you. You take 3 points of cold damage.
Okay.
The Leafs Air Force ones are keeping.
Man, I ate the last of my cake yesterday.
So, what I would like to do is...
No one's stopping you from having birthday cake.
That's true.
Anytime-
I would like to
anytime
drop
you
a
want.
fireball right
I
around
ate it all.
there.
Can get some.
Sure.
So I get them.
Yep, you get all 6 of them.
Yeah.
Whole Foods
Go
is
for
right
it.
there.
So, fireball dex save 19.
Dex save 19.
Okay,
Okay,
fail,
yeah,
fail.
Nice, nice.
Do you want, like,
Fail, success.
Nice, good.
shittiest cake?
You want like confetti?
And fail, fail.
Nice, good.
Yeah, so 1 success, and it's going to be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy
For
here.
me, it's all
Good.
the
Ooh.
Wait, what did you?
Fireball.
I respect
Damn.
that, but that's not my perfect cake.
It's-
My perfect cake is like
Got
dirty
that fireball.
buttercream.
Got that
Like-
fireball.
Like the sweetest.
So I need to re-roll. Actually, can I borrow a d6? Because then I think I got it.
You got
'Cause it's-
8d6. No, it'd be 96.
It'd be 10 because
10d6.
it's after third.
Correct, yeah.
Do you have enough?
Yeah, I'll make it work.
Oh, do you want the fancy skull dice? You probably want the fancy skull dice.
I'm good. I got
Does that
some.
increase the value?
Alright,
I feel like
10d6.
they're-
I think
they
that
might be
decreases the
top
value.
heavy.
Oh, kidding me. Very good. Well, I'll deal.
Wow, that's a lot of ones.
It is a lot of ones. Should have taken the skull dice.
9,
Hindsight's 2020.
16, 20,
Oh, this
22, 24,
I know, I was just
25.
thinking that.
25. Okay.
25 fire downs.
So that is
Still a lot
a
of fire
success on that one. Alright, I gotta do some quick
Yeah,
stuffs
you
here.
do you.
So 25, so that's
Thank you. My goal is just to do as much damage to as many as possible.
so it's 25. It's a failure.
Nice. Sick. Type.
I don't think he can succeed. He can't.
Nice. Sick.
So the one allure you were fighting drops.
This one?
Yep. As does this one here. Sorry, this one here. Yeah, because it was the one that took fire damage.
I'm going to take my temp hit points, sucking them from the very souls and essence of these
So,
creatures.
So how many are we down to? 5, 7, 8.
And these ones are all heavily damaged.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's your action.
That's me.
Any movement or anything?
No, I can't because I got a guy right there.
All right, sounds good. On from you, we come to the first set of dire wolves, of which there's only 1 remaining.
Oh, 9. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, he's just back here. Yeah. He's gonna make 1 attack against you, Doctor, at
Yep.
disadvantage. Oh man, it was almost a 15 and a 20, but it was a 2.
Good.
So, nothing coming in.
Heck off, you big dumbo.
That's gonna be that one.
you big jump down.
Next up, we come to these dire wolves, the fresh ones. So they're gonna go ahead and be smart.
They're not that fresh.
Do the same
That-
thing.
Got a couple of fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Slide in there. This one's gonna slide.
One's gonna fall to the ground, die.
Yeah, trips and face.
Fissure in the ground. He did. So we go and slide around there. This one can't really do anything, so he's gonna slide around the back of the wagon.
Vilnius.
He gets murdered.
Get inside that
For
wagon.
show.
Vilnius is like, finally, I'm ready to
Blood
step
So,
out.
We get in there and Casimir's
Wolf
being
just
chewed
creeps
on.
into
I'm
the-
gonna say this is
Milk
gonna be
Daddy wagon
1
and
attack
paints the walls
against
with
Leaf.
Alright.
14.
No.
Okay. And 1 attack against Allura. 17?
That hits.
17 hits, okay. So you take 8 points of slashing damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Can I have it?
Yeah, you can have it to 4. And then strength saving throw.
Do you need to spend something to have these, or
Nope, it's a reaction.
I'm just really fast.
Yeah, as a reaction, you can just have the attack, the damage of 1 attack.
Because I'm really.
I get that eventually as a
Yeah, I
ranger.
know.
I get like a spooky
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Or as a Gloomstalker ranger specifically.
Strength
Yeah,
save.
next party roll.
Strength save.
roll.
That's
Yeah.
shitty because I'm not good at those.
We're gonna be lit when we get back to the Sword Coast, y'all.
It's a nat 20.
Okay.
Well, it's a 19.
Yeah, but
Because I'm not very strong.
so again, pounces up on you, bites into you, and you're just able to shrug it off both times. Next up, we're gonna come
Do the thing where you
to
dislocate both
1 attack
shoulders.
against the leaf, and then 1. Yeah, it's just 1 attack against the leaf. That's it. Or no, sorry, against Hope, because it's this one down the bottom here. So 1 attack against Hope.
It's all in the
Bring it.
family. Let's
Hey, 21.
That will
Who's
hit.
the-
All right, I need you to make a strength saving throw, please, and you take 9 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
Cool. Do I get bless on the saving throw?
Sorry?
You're blessed. You get
Yeah,
a
you're
D4.
blessed. Yeah, so you get the D4.
That is 22.
Yeah, that's more than
didn't
enough.
even roll
Again, you
mine.
just kind of like standing firm. You just get planted further into the ground as its paws jump onto your shoulders,
And you
just go,
said-
bad dog.
Oh, sit.
Tough AF tiefling.
So yeah, that's its whole turn.
And you said 9? Oh my god.
9 points of damage. Yeah.
Toughling.
Some dark
I'm just a
crystal
soft
shit.
tough.
You were
Tender.
tough, you were tough, so tough,
Top of the round.
you tough, he's a tough, I wonder what Strahd do right now.
Is he thinking of me? What's he thinking about?
Is it time to...
Does he also think we
Okay,
can
but
be
time to, yeah. Blast
the
him.
Strahds?
Blinding by the light.
Oh, I love that song.
Wake up.
Leaf, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh man.
Do it. Oh, actually, no.
Oh no.
Wisdom saving throw, that is a 21.
Don't forget about bless.
He's
I'm
not blessed.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
21.
Oh my god.
Okay, good to know. All right, on from you.
Yeah.
We come to. I need you to make an athletics check for me.
I'm shook.
Sorry, me or...
Yeah,
Okay.
you. Athletics check.
Yeah.
Strahd's gonna pick you up and fly you away like his bride.
No! What about less?
Master, why?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Why can't
Okay.
it be me?
You feel something begin to hold you in place. And begin to rummage.
Yep.
Ah, this guy.
You know this, nobody else does.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
Hope, you're up.
Okay, gonna attack the one that first bit me. The one that just attacked me.
Yep, go for it.
So I'm not sure which one that is
good to
next to
know
me,
that.
but I know that one of them did try to.
Yep, it's this one down here.
Sweet. Alright. Yeah, great sword is coming out. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That's a 21, a hit.
21 hits. Damage on that.
I'm good. I suppose, yeah, I'll just pop another level 1.
Another smite into it.
Pull your
Go for it. Roll the damage.
Alright, so 2d6,
Probably enough, but I want to make sure.
3d8. Yeah, no, that's fair. Totally reasonable.
Yep.
That is 21 plus...
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you just kind of imbuing just the tip of your sword and knowing that essentially just touching these creatures is enough, driving the blade in just enough to be able to shatter their forms.
Sometimes you just need the tip.
Just the tip, just for a bit.
Which of these two took just the tip?
Yeah.
Which of these two took
The one closest to me.
closest to you?
Damage.
Is that what
Yeah.
Les is singing to
All right.
himself?
Awesome.
And then,
Second attack.
yeah, so I killed that one.
Yep.
Gonna attack the one that's immediately next to me as well.
'Kay.
That is, yeah. Sorry, just knocking off that I killed it. How? Yeah, actually, there's no point in asking you how fucked up something looks.
Nope, because they all look fucked up.
Yeah.
They are all dead. They're somehow just living.
Yeah.
Or sorry, not in the ground, I should say.
Walking
It's
around.
been my status for a
Alright,
while.
I will use another level 1. I have that's
Well,
my last
if you
level
hit.
1.
Yeah.
If you hit.
If I hit, yeah.
Which, of course, you will.
That
Yeah,
is an 18.
18,
Oh,
yeah.
no, you
So
did it.
divine smite in that one. That one's on it like 5 hit points, so it's
For
not
now.
possible for you to not kill it. So it falls as well.
Murked.
Cool.
All right.
I've killed a lot tonight.
Yes, you have.
Radiant
Yeah.
damage is
Been a
Yeah, I mean, I can't
Murder
even
spree.
keep count of how many I killed.
Paladins are great when we go up against the undead.
So,
honestly.
any movement from you or bonus action or anything?
I don't really feel like popping the spell or anything like that, so...
All right. So calling
And
it.
yeah, I mean, they wouldn't get an attack of opportunity against me, any of these ones, really.
This one would, I think.
As with this one.
Okay, then,
'Cause they're
yeah,
corner
I will just
adjacent.
stay
Stay?
where I am. That's
Okay.
me.
That's your turn.
Okay.
Next up, Leaf and the 3 dire wolves.
Cool. I would like to go, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell out, Leaf shield, hood up, and I'm gonna cast Daylight.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I feel someone rummaging around.
Oh.
Someone's getting a little handsy.
You need consent for that.
Well,
Strahd, we have
established
established, is not into consent.
It's literally.
And do you choose
He's a
yourself?
bad dog.
Yes.
From across the field, Les. I consent.
I consent.
Over here.
Daddy!
Put your strong hands on me. I won't even
Strahdy.
struggle a bit.
Strahdy.
So sorry, what point are you choosing?
If,
Because you can choose an object or a physical point.
Okay,
If you choose
then
an
if
object, it'll
that.
move with you.
yeah, then I'm gonna choose the icon.
The icon?
I was gonna say that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
Guess you can't touch this now, Daddy.
Oh,
Can't touch this,
Strahdy.
dude.
Ooh, you want to touch it?
Oh, it hurts you now. Oh, your family
Strahdy,
name.
does that hurt for you?
Hey, leave him alone. He's got some issues, okay? He's got some medical conditions. You can't have.
touch my
I love that
icon?
you are wearing a Kylo Ren hood while you're doing all of this.
Oh, Strahdy.
You stiff apologist.
They weren't that bad, okay?
You know what? I'm
Very
actually
emotional
with Kevin
people.
on this one.
Good to know. All right, so you suddenly Leaf, the center of Leaf's chest just becomes a shining 60-foot beacon of light. Of note, because you'll be moving up soon. I'll come to that in a second. So first off is
Of no what?
You'll find out. The last two remaining dire wolves from the first group. These are the two damaged ones right here, and
It was the one over
Wait,
there,
that's the
wasn't
one.
it?
Sorry, are they attacking or are they being affected by this?
they are not being affected by it.
Okay, sorry. Can I have my bonus action.
Oh, sorry,
So
yes,
I can
you do.
attack I'm just gonna attack one of the.
Sure.
wolves.
One of the
You know,
damaged,
don't mind.
damaged
mind
ones
me.
or undamaged?
I'm gonna go for the undamaged.
Undamaged. Okay.
Take a little Zingo.
What about the
out.
hands that are rummaging on you?
That's gonna miss.
It's gonna miss. Okay. So on to the wolves. So
Oh, do I notice anything different feeling around?
No.
Okay.
no difference.
It's still feeling on you.
As best you can tell. Doctor, it's going to be one attack against you,
Yep.
and then it's going to be two attacks against Allura. Yeah. So two against Allura. 20 and an 18.
Both of those hit.
Okay, first one. Rough. 13 points of slashing damage.
Can I have it?
Yeah. So it goes down to 6.
Okay.
And strength save.
Hold on, math. 42 minus 6.
36.
Okay. And this is with bless, right?
Strength save with bless, yeah.
20.
20.
Unnatural.
Okay. Second damage is max damage, 14. So you take,
Already halved it,
Yeah.
so I will take that.
so you take the 14,
What's 36 minus 14?
22, and another strength save.
Oh no, that's gonna be a 6.
6.
Oh.
Allura falls prone as the second creature lands on you, and you are now flat on your back with its paws pressing onto your shoulders. All right, that's going to be their turns. Elith, you.
There was an attack on me, not to.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Aren't those all at disadvantage because of...
Pack tactics gives them advantage, so they're straight rolls.
Oh, okay.
This one, however, has no allies, so it is at true disadvantage. That is an 11.
That is not.
That is not it. So Elith, at the start of your and Allura's turn, you instinctively see this light, and you shield yourself away from it, and then blink a little bit, and you're fine. It's not sunlight.
Right, it's magical light.
Correct. It is magical light.
Okay.
So,
Oh, we do have a sunlight guy, though.
so your two turns.
Alright.
Allura, you're on the ground.
Is it-
Elith, you're up. What are you
Do I
doing?
need to do that?
To keep.
Can
both
I?
enemies? I don't think so.
So if I attacked the one that's on top of Allura right now, it would be a disadvantage.
Are you directly adjacent to it?
I
mean-
No, because that one is not. It's only if you're adjacent to something it's a disadvantage.
Great.
Nice.
I'm
Right.
going to
Nice.
use. I'm going to use Zephyr Strike again,
Okay.
and also Sharpshooter again.
Yeah, do
That
it.
was really effective last time, and I'm going to kill that one.
We got
Yeah.
too loud.
Perfect.
Yeah, actually, we're having a lot of crosstalk tonight, you guys. I think we should try and chop it down a little bit just because the
Shall we
battle's
use a
taking a
talking
long
stick?
time.
That went well.
No.
No.
No, just be
Whoever's turn it is.
mindful.
All right, your attack.
Yeah. Oh, they're both 9s. So 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 10, 22 minus 7. Or sorry, 22 minus 5, 17.
17 hits.
Yeah.
So full damage
That's
on
a
this.
lot of
So
fucking-
roll damage for me.
It's actually, so it's 2d8 plus 10 again.
Correct.
Yeah.
Plus
Plus
your
my
mod.
10, 20, 24.
24 is enough.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, the one that you attack, the one that was standing on top of Allura's shoulders, immediately just shatters into pieces, and you feel the ash scatter your face as it falls.
Sweet. Can I tell what's going on with Leaf with my passive perception?
You can't,
Okay.
unfortunately. You just see him kind of like looking around as if something's touching him, but you have no idea.
Okay, that's fine. Then I will attack fire an arrow at one of the werewolves that's in front of him.
Sure, go for it.
I'm going to use
Yeah, both
sharpshooter again.
undamaged, so they're fine. Still with plus.
Sharpshooter. So it's it was same as last round because it was 9 last round
So
as
it's
well.
enough.
So it hits.
Yep.
And where's my d8? So 22.
22
No,
points?
wait, sorry. 12. 16 points of damage.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and mark that one as the one that you damaged. And it's that one. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so sorry, 16 points?
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay. Attack damage dealt. Creature still looking hurt, but
And
corporeal.
with my with my range of movement, Zephyr Strike lets me move an extra 30 feet and also without opportunity attacks during my turn.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use that movement to jump on top of the wagon.
Sure. Let's see. You can do that. Yeah. Quick mantle up there. Easily jump up onto the front and then eventually on top of the
Yes,
cloth.
I just want to have like line of sight on
Full
everything
range.
that's happening. Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's going to be your turn, Allura. Prone.
I think I would.
So half your movement to
Allura.
stand
Because
up.
I don't. She wouldn't.
Okay.
And I don't know that that's happening.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't
So that's
think
fine.
that
She doesn't know
there's,
that there's a
there's
reason to do
100
that.
Yeah. I know that we want to keep that as a secret till our final battle, so she wouldn't do that. But can I? There's this one right here beside me.
Yep. You are
And-
prone, so you have to use half your movement to stand up.
Can I not attack from?
You attack at disadvantage if you're prone.
Okay. Okay, I will use half my movement. Is Hope engaged with this?
They were technically here, so no, they're not actually engaged. It's
Okay,
just the-
I will turn around here then,
Yep.
and I will attack this one.
Go for it.
19,
19 hits.
and that is with sneak attack.
It is.
2, 3, 4,
Get it,
5.
get it, get it.
My D8.
Oh shit. Sorry, you both would have taken 3 points of cold damage at the start of your turn.
Okay.
Allura, you actually would have taken 6 because you were engaged with
I
2
took
of
3
them.
points of cold damage as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you dock me for mine?
I mean, technically, I would've
You haven't gone yet.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
taken 9.
You were only engaged with 2 of them at the start of your
Oh,
turn.
yeah, start of my turn. Okay. I was thinking there was the one on top of me, but that was before my turn.
Because you decided that Elif moved first.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got 10, 16, 21, 23, 27, 28,
Wait, Cinnamon just letting this go down.
32 points of damage.
Sorry?
Cold.
First, like,
Yeah, Cinnamon's
magic
just like,
damage?
32 points. Reaching out, blossoming ice crystals across the center of the chest, shatters into pieces. It also falls, scattering into ash on the ground.
whoop whoop.
All right. So that's your
You
action.
attack
Juggler and H.
this one, Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's your action.
Actually, no,
that's-
but I didn't hit it.
You didn't hit.
Yeah, I didn't
You just attacked it.
hit. Swing and miss.
So bonus action.
Bonus action, I will just take a shot at this one.
Sure.
Just a crossbow.
Go for it.
Oh, shit. That misses. Hardcore misses.
Hardcore misses?
He's going to do a damage
It's right beside
I
you.
watched that then.
Oh, it's an 11.
11 miss, even with bless?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oof. Right. Yikes. Yeah, that will miss.
It's under your feet.
Oh, I know, but now it's
kicked
gone.
it.
I kicked it somewhere. Oh, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just a...
Find it.
It's fine.
It's just the middle one.
I know where it lives.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
There. Yeah, no, I got that.
So-
I liked it.
So that's going to be your full turn, or are you moving anywhere?
That's my full turn.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's my... I'm gonna do one of these.
It's gonna be one of those things where we down all these and then
I'm gonna
blast
back
it
up
off
to
and fight
here.
us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final boss.
But I only use my level 1
So,
slots.
Doc, start of your turn, you take 3 points of cold
Yes.
damage. And now it is your turn.
Cool.
Oh, it's hidden by the leg.
Who's hiding?
Hiding.
So the guy with the blue there, like I know he does, like they all look fucked up.
Yeah, he's been attacked several times.
Okay. I'm gonna drop an Eldritch Blast into her.
Go for it.
You don't have any ice
I
cream.
almost brought ice cream.
That is
I haven't brought ice cream.
a 18.
18 hits. Damage.
This kid kind of like drove off. No more.
Not really. It's
That
really just
is
a lot of
11.
work.
11? Okay.
Over at home.
Almost gone, but not quite.
It's free versus not free.
I'm gonna hit it with the other one. Why
Go
not?
for it.
Yeah. We're here. We're alive.
Alright.
Yeah.
That is a. Oh, I forgot to add my fucking everything.
Oh no.
That's a 24.
24
on
hits.
this one.
Damage.
That is
Doc.
There's also
13.
13?
Yes, Doc.
Yeah, starts to fall apart, parts of the pieces being blown off, but it still manages to maintain its form.
okay.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
And
fine.
like,
Alright, so that's your action.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, that's you. After you, we come to the first set of wolves. There's still only one remaining. This one right here.
It's,
Oh, no, it's this
that
one.
one, yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna make his strike. No, it's not this one.
Oh.
Because this is.
Oh.
This
What's
is
the two behind it?
this one.
Yeah, that was the one from the
Yeah,
first
that's the one. So Leaf is gonna be one attack against you. At advantage. Or so straight roll. That is a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Okay.
I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
And you, sir.
It
I
is.
think I'm going down. That's a 9.
That is a 9. You are falling prone onto your back.
no.
Wait, is
Like
Strahd
not
on my
down.
back?
Just prone. Not.
You take 6 points of slashing damage from the jaws.
that makes it easier to fuck with.
Next up, after you, or after that one remaining wolf, we come to
I just want
these
to.
two wolves back here.
Am I still feeling something?
Yeah, that's
Is it
what I
just
want to
like-
know.
You're not sure.
Ah!
So these two wolves back here, knowing that
these
their
mage
allies are
hands.
dropped, we're gonna go ahead and slide around to here.
That's why I jumped up there, so I could fire those guys. God damn it.
And they're gonna go ahead and slide around
still
and be
can, but-
engaged with Leaf. Leaf is gonna be 2 more attacks against you,
Is that
prone.
disadvantage? Like,
They're disadvantage but advantage, so it's just always a straight roll. Yeah, it's not like 3 advantages, 1 disadvantage, so it's an advantage.
so I
It's
just wanted
a
to
straight roll.
saw the second Matrix, so I look forward for them piling on.
First attack is 22.
That'll also hit.
Sorry, 23 actually. Second one is 22.
Yeah, those will both hit.
Okay, first attack
shit.
damage is 13
Cool.
slashing.
Okay.
Second one
Actually, that was...
is another 11.
okay,
So 24 total.
24? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Bottom of the round. Vilnius. It's a 3. He's just inside the way.
She's being
He's such an
purposefully
asshole.
naughty now.
I love it. Okay. So Leaf.
Hold up. I gotta be making
Con saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3, I think.
It's 3. They're all DC 10.
Okay, cool.
What are your bonuses for con?
Con? Actually, just 1. So, but I do get it.
You do get advantage, yeah.
Cool,
10.
so first one's a pass.
Okay. So it's 3.
Second one just passes.
Nice.
Yeah.
6 6.
Third one.
Fails.
Fails.
Damn it.
Bless drops. So all of you can remove your blessed
Damn it.
tags.
I mean, even though we're not blessed, we're still blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
blessed.
Should we add another B to our potential team name?
BBB.
Okay.
BBB.
So from there, top of the round, Leaf, you feel the claw reach down against your chest and tug at this. I need you to make an athletics check at disadvantage because you are prone.
We really need that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Boy, do we.
athletics check.
Yeah.
That's a 5.
Yeah, it's a 25. You feel the icon be ripped from your body, and is essentially just hovering in midair at the moment.
Can we see it?
Yeah,
Because it's still like bright
it's
light.
bright light, and it's just bright light being held in place, and then it begins to move away.
Okay.
You do get an attack of opportunity at disadvantage from the ground.
Do I
So-
get one? I'm right there.
Nope, because it's over here.
Damn it.
Yep.
I don't miss.
Little miss.
Oh, wait. Can I...
Yeah, because it's the same thing. You can
Can I... so it'd be a...
Sacred Flame?
It's 18.
Yep. DC 18. That is not going to succeed, I don't think.
Oh.
No, that is a 15. So you do actually roll damage on
Alright,
this.
cool. So that is... 2d8.
Yeah.
Yep. This is also radiant.
And Strahd died.
Yes.
And he's dead.
2d8.
That's 10 points of radiant damage.
10 points of radiant damage. You do hear the sting and the sizzling of flesh, and an inherent as the movement begins to take place, and the icon, still fully lit, begins to disappear a little bit further away. It is fully lit, so I'm going to go ahead and just mark where the icon is,
Yeah.
because it'll make a difference. So the icon here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Oh my god, we gotta get this, you guys.
You don't know exactly what that means, where the creature is, but something is holding the icon. Oh, is daylight a concentration?
I don't believe so, but let me double check.
Nope, it is just a
Yeah, yeah.
1 hour
No,
duration.
Because I wouldn't.
It just sticks around for an hour.
Yep, that was the thought.
Okay, good to know. All right, so after you, we come to Hope.
Can I?
So Hope,
break-
you do see the source of light. Sorry.
Sorry, can I break any of the checks? Can I do anything on my round?
It's not your turn yet.
Oh,
Yeah, this is on his turn. So Hope, you see the source of light begin to move away, and heard the sizzle of flesh as something was caught by
sure.
by Leaf's spell, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
My man, so I should have cast it underneath 3 versions.
Can we make enlightened guesses as to what it might be?
You're not sure.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm wondering what I can do to.
Maybe this one.
I can't. I'm out.
I'm trying to see what I can do
I'm out of
for
spell
spells.
I got one more. I'm actually like.
Tell you what, man.
I'm probably gonna
Oh, okay. Is Hold Person a bonus spell or a main action?
It would say on the thing.
Hold
I'll have to
person's
look
an
it up.
action. I have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's actually also somebody you have to see.
Uh,
Oh.
Yeah, humanoid you can see within range.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, does it seem to be moving? Yeah, I
It
don't
seems
feel...
to be moving away and picking up speed.
Does it seem to be moving in such a way that I've seen with, like, the Doctor's mage hand moving things, or does it seem as though
It's moving. The Doctor's mage hand moves at the same speed a person does, so maybe, you're not sure.
It's got the baby Bjorn on it. It took me days to embroider.
I'm just like,
Really daisy on it.
I'm like, do I fucking attack it?
Can Mage Hand take damage?
No. It's incorporeal. It just only can lift up to 5 pounds.
I mean,
Oh,
there's
this guy's bigger than 5 pounds.
yeah, and he's also like there's more than just Mage Hand. There's also Bigby's hand, or it's just him,
Yeah.
invisible.
Yeah, so I'm going to move.
Okay.
And at that, I'm gonna move. So I'm gonna move 5. No, this isn't the creature, isn't it?
That is a creature. The creature is here, so you have to move around it. So
10,
5, 10,
15,
15, 20.
20, 25.
Okay, so you move out of combat, so it gets an attack of opportunity
Yeah,
at
that's
disadvantage. That's a 7, so a miss.
Damn it! I was like, I thought that was
So you have
just
25.
enough. Yeah.
So you're 25 there.
And then 30.
Yep.
Lean out.
I know. I'm like,
Do you have like a crossbow or something? You'd be like,
With the wand of snowballs.
You do
Yeah.
have that.
Dump everything in it.
Yeah.
Just blow it out of the sky.
yeah. I mean, it is fully charged.
do it! Do it!
That would be very
Especially
funny.
because you could knock, possibly, you
Knock
could
it out
knock
of
that out of whatever's grip is gripping it with the snowballs.
Someone else can just dimension.
Yeah.
Because all you can see is the item itself, so you just be like pointing at it like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do 4 charges.
4 charges. Okay, so it's the creature makes a dex save, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's the DC?
What I have wrote down is 15. I don't know if that's changed from when I've last leveled up or not.
It would be 16 if anything, just because they would have got proficiency.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter. It succeeds.
Fuck! But there's
so
a big snowball.
They
So
still take.
They still take half damage. So go ahead and roll the damage for 4 charges.
So for 4 charges, so sorry, it's been a little while since I used
It's all
my
good.
magical wand.
So it says it takes base damage of what?
So creature takes 3d6 on a failed save, or half as much on a successful.
So you roll
one.
3d6, but then for each additional charge, you add how many d6s? I think it's 1d6.
Yeah,
So you added 3 additional charges.
Yeah.
So it's a total of 66, and he takes half.
yeah. Can I have 1d6? Thank you. Okay. So that would be 25.
25. Okay, so down to 12. Okay.
Yeah,
You
you
do
just
hear
close it.
impacts within the area of where the lit icon is, and some slightly pained grunts, but overall, nothing major happens.
Does the snow outline any like
It's just this thick ass.
outline of a person?
Just cremate him, basically, but
Yeah.
with snow.
Yeah.
A little bit, but
Okay.
not,
Yeah.
not enough that it really does anything. It's something that, as he moves, like it sloughs off.
Is
Okay.
it more
It outlines that there is a figure there,
Okay.
and then
that's all I want. That's
vanishes.
all I needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. So that's your action.
Yeah. And
Leaf, you're on deck.
Yep.
yeah, for bonus, I'm just gonna quickly check something.
Yep.
Again, been really in this boop tonight. It's great.
It's good read.
It is
want
wonderful.
Wait until the last possible second to do that. I could go first and try and wrest it off of them with Zephyr Strike. Yeah. And I could run over. Yeah.
Let's try that.
Okay.
I'm like super low.
No, that's sadly it.
That's it. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
So on to Leaf and the one dire wolf. Who's going first?
Cool. Hopefully me.
Alright.
To.
Go for it.
So I'm going to, as a bonus action,
Yep.
healing word myself.
Okay. Healing word yourself.
So it's just one d, just a 4.
So that relegates you to cantrips as actions, because you can't cast 2 spells
Okay,
in the same
okay,
turn.
okay. Then in that case,
Yeah. just
In that-
just
yeah,
as a
no,
reminder,
no,
because
fair enough, fair
I had a feeling you were looking at stuff to do.
Yeah, so I've got
Yeah.
like 3 things laid out here.
Yeah.
I always forget that.
So
Cool. Then I guess I'm gonna have to.
yeah,
live
critical
how,
roll rules.
Live how I die. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guard. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
pray real hard, pull real deep right now.
Pull
Cast
real
Spirit
deep?
Guardians.
Spirit Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that I summon a bunch of Fey spirits around me in the 15-foot radius. I think that kind of covers everything that's piled on top of me.
Yeah, it does.
And then.
So you designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it.
An affected creature speaks out, and when the creature enters the area for the first time or starts a turn, it must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
So I take it that's my turn in that way.
That is your action to cast it.
Yeah. So, okay. Then I want my bonus action to get the moss ball,
Yep.
my spiritual weapon, to hit the one that's on top of me.
Sure. Go for it.
Not happening though.
No?
Not happening.
All right.
It's fucking moss ball, man.
Okay, so that's going to be
That's
your action and your bonus action. You have your movement.
Can
if
I?
you want to stand up.
Yeah. Can I stand up?
Yep, you can stand. So you have 15 feet.
Just gonna have to stand my ground, I guess.
Okay, standing your ground. Next up, we come to the one remaining direwolf who is badly injured. Boom! This guy right here. And he does not engage with anybody. Oh, actually, slide around to this side. And is essentially going to post up. I'm going to say here, but he's one square over. I hope this is going to be one attack against you.
Do you want
at
we
disadvantage.
can use this one to...
Actually, you know what? No. I changed my mind.
Oh,
Leaf.
shit. God
This is going to
damn
come
it.
after you.
God damn it, I already did my turn. That's fine.
This is going to come after you. This is a straight roll.
Yeah.
But it's entered your area, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
so it does take the damage.
So, it makes a wisdom saving throw, so it's a 18.
Oh, and it takes radiant damage. It instantly destroys itself.
Hey!
Yeah,
This one? Yeah.
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
Kapow.
Because I'll say that they're not smart enough that they don't realize it's radiant damage. None of them have seen it yet. Okay, so that's gonna be its turn. Allura and Alith, you two act simultaneously. Who's going first?
I'm
Leaf's
going to go
first.
Oh,
first.
sorry. Technically, Leaf, you would have taken 6 points of cold damage at the start of your turn.
I have my boots.
So you take 3.
Okay.
Sorry, 2, because it gets rounded down to 1.
I'll take
So
that.
2 points of cold damage. So who's going first?
I'm going first.
Okay, Alith, you're up.
Okay, Zephyr Strike.
Zephyr
This
Strike?
is my, like,
Last ditch effort.
Your Hail Mary.
yeah, we'll see what we can do, y'all.
Yep.
And so Alith mutters something over herself and then just, like, starts running full tilt towards the icon.
Okay.
So 5, 10,
Were you on
15,
top of the thing?
20. Yeah,
Did
but
you
I
do a
could jump
gainer
down,
off?
right?
No,
Yeah.
you did a gainer.
Sorry,
Yeah.
5, 10,
Superhero landing.
15, 20, 25, 30, and then I have an extra 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, so you got more
And
than
I
enough.
would
You can
just-
be anywhere that you like.
Like, basically take a flying leap to, like, wrest the icon out of whatever's grip.
Okay, go make an athletics check.
I know you're laughing at me because I'm probably gonna,
Nope,
like,
hey, make an athletics check. Because you're essentially trying to grab the icon and hold it.
yeah. I'm not really
Okay.
trying to, well, I'm not really trying to hold it. I'm
You're
trying,
trying
to,
to
like,
take it.
Wrestle it back.
dive through the person's grip and, like,
You're still trying
grab
to hold
it
on to
and-
it and pull it away from whatever is
Okay,
holding it.
athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
Come on, baby. Okay, 18.
23.
Okay.
So you begin to wrestle it away and you feel your hand there, and then all of a sudden you feel a hand grip onto yours and squeeze your wrist so tight that it just pulls your hand off of it. So that's your action to attempt to make the grab.
Oh, I don't get to do a attack on top of that?
Nope. You're attempting to make a contested athletics check to try and wrest something from someone else's grip. That's a full action.
Okay.
So you got your bonus.
No, casting Zephyr Strike is my bonus.
Oh, you're right. So
But I still have extra movement.
yeah, you've got a little bit of movement. If you
And I don't get, he can't have a attack of opportunity on me.
Okay.
With Zephyr Strike, that's part of its spells. So, okay, if I can't do anything else, I'm going to go back just to here for a second.
Sure.
And maybe one more. And I'm going to...
Just hang out, get warm.
Yeah,
well, I'll
those
get ready to
names-
fire an arrow if I can, if he keeps moving, but...
Okay. At the end of your turn, the icon moves an additional 30 feet away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Allura has the turn at the same time as me.
Yep, I know. Legendary actions.
Oh, fuck that.
Legendary actions?
Yep. He can take actions
in
at the
the
end of another
legendary
character's turn
Any action?
that are limited in what he can do,
Is
but
it an Articuno or a Mole?
he has the ability to move without provoking opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
I wonder who this could be.
I'm really starting to think this might be Russell.
So, Allura, Allura, it's your turn.
It's that hag.
It's
from
that hag!
It could have.
I know. Fuck.
It's fine.
Can you get close to him?
No,
With,
I can't.
or I mean, like to at least. You could like just use
Oh,
the light,
yeah,
and then
actually- oh,
and then use your extra action.
Oh my god, you're gonna
So-
pull this
To
out now.
Well, I mean, it's last
absolutely.
ditch.
Hey, no, I'm
Do we
down. That's
want
what
to
I'm
lose
saying.
it or
1 million
No, I'm
percent do
saying
this.
this is a cool
Yeah.
thing, gang.
Okay, so
I know it loses
5,
an advantage
10,
on us, but we
15,
also lose
20,
a mega advantage if we lose
25,
this.
30.
That's what I
So
mean.
it's 5 feet out of your range.
I'm going to use
Bonus action to
my
dash.
bonus action dash.
So let's move this one around to the side.
Don't tase me.
Just right on that corner.
Oh, that's
Because I was here, right?
Well,
Yeah. You were.
No, you were.
Great ass life.
Okay.
So 5.
And then I am going to, where I see the icon,
Yep.
I'm going to pull out the Sun Sword
Yep.
and use my action to turn it on, like where I would assume his wrist would be, like holding it.
Slash through.
Okay.
that.
And like go full blast with the light.
Yeah, full blast
So
with the light.
read the card.
Oh, you guys, I'm sorry.
No,
Okay,
please.
don't apologize.
No, this
This
is
is
cool.
really
Do exactly
fucking
Yeah,
cool.
this is cool.
You're
I'd
getting
like
the
to have his
lightsaber.
hand.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah,
use it
I'm
for
just
things.
feeling for Kylo Les, who shot himself in the foot and hasn't been
And shot the
any
entire
part.
party in the foot.
Yeah.
You know who's super cool? That Strahd fella.
So
I'm gonna, when it gets epic, I'm
I
gonna take
have
a
to
video.
protect
what
the
is
party.
what does the Sun Sword say
Okay,
around lighting the sword?
okay, so okay, so you can use an action. It doesn't say. Okay, so the Sun Sword's luminous blade emits bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet. The light is sunlight, and while the blade persists, you can use an action to expand or reduce its radius of bright and dim light by 5 feet each, to a maximum of 30 feet each, or a minimum of 10 feet each.
Nice.
Right, but it is a bonus action to light the blade.
You've already used your bonus action to dash.
I thought it was an action.
Nope, it's an action to control the amount of light. So it should say
Oh, you can use a bonus action to cause a blade.
to appear or disappear.
Wouldn't
So
Can I not just use my
you
action?
could use your action to dash and then bonus action to light the blade, but you can't
Okay.
interchange them.
Okay,
So your whole thing is you're still doing the same thing, but it's
Okay.
instead of action lighting the blade, it's bonus action, the blade is lit.
okay.
But she can't actually use it to attack Strahd.
Correct.
Right, no, that's fine. I'm just lighting it strategically. I'm not attacking.
Sure.
I'm just lighting it where I think it will be the most
Okay,
beneficial.
go ahead and make an intelligence check. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to say make an attack roll for me. At disadvantage.
Okay, disadvantage.
Yes, at disadvantage. Because he's invisible. You have no idea where he is. So
Yeah,
you're essentially
that's
trying
the
to
thing, yeah, if you
go
think where his
somewhere
arm is,
where you
you're
think
out.
the blade lighting is going to do something.
Yeah, no, I.
Yeah.
mhm.
So, attack roll at
I'm
disadvantage.
going to use my left hand.
Do I
And
still? I don't get
bless
blessed
is gone.
anymore, right? Okay.
Plus is gone. Disadvantage.
Oh, right, that's a thing. So, okay, and just with the Sun Sword?
Yep.
Like all of the same stuff?
Same bonuses.
Okay.
That's weird.
Oh god, where is it? Okay, so.
I'm getting fur piles.
So. 18?
18.
But I have a question here. I've got. The Frostblade has way more bonuses than the Sun Sword on my thing here.
Then you probably haven't written it down, right? Because the Sun Sword is
So
Is it? It's a +2, I think.
Yeah, plus two bonuses to attack and
So
damage.
+2 plus my proficiency
Plus Dex.
plus Dex. Okay,
You're
so
missing the Dex from that.
Okay, that's why I was like, why do I get an extra +4? Okay, so it's so it will be
So it should be +10.
20. Yeah, so 22.
So you rolled a 12.
Yes, I rolled a 12.
Okay, so 22. Okay. Go and roll damage for the blade.
Would that be sneak attack?
No.
Why not?
Because you're not attacking anyone.
Okay.
You're just
Okay.
lighting the blade.
You're right.
You're essentially like you're Kylo Ren lightsaber.
Get them all.
Good try.
God, thank you. Okay.
8. Okay. 8 points of radiant damage. You hear the sizzle, and the blade itself. You hear like the corroding of skin on it, and you again hear a bitch.
Oh.
Good to know. And that's going to be the end of your turn, and he's going to move an additional 30 feet.
Put on his sunglasses.
So he's
He didn't
essentially
drop the
gone.
icon.
He did not drop the icon. No, not even close. So after you come to the doctor.
Well,
You see the icon is still fully lit,
yeah.
starting to make its way pretty far into the darkness at this point.
How far off is it from where I am?
From where you are, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It'd be 105 feet.
It's 120, but I also don't want you to die.
You also take 3 points of cold damage at the start
Also
of your turn.
that's fine. That's fine. Oh, would that be off my temporary or current?
Temporary.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's your call. You wanna?
No, Leaf is my friend. I need to look after her.
Can Vilnius heal?
I don't.
You
think-
know
better
from
fucking be
you know from
useful.
experience, wizards typically don't have access to healing. That's usually a cleric paladin thing.
so much.
But he likes you now. Yeah.
Is there anything that you have that you could do for?
All I've got is Eldritch Blasts right now, and that's probably not gonna do.
Did you have gingerbread on you still?
Yeah, but that's an action. It's either I either force gingerbread down Leaf's throat, which sounds like a great time, or I do dams. And I think
I think we lost it.
Go for it. It's all good. You can go for it.
you know what? I'm gonna take.
Yes, I will. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna take a hit at the injured one right next to the moss ball.
Sure, go for
Yeah, I'm gonna take a blast at that guy.
it. Yeah, it's on its last legs, so
Yeah.
damage.
Oh, and I'm not blessed, so it's a fucking 13.
13 just misses.
Ah, heck.
First attack misses.
All right.
Second one.
I can't call shots, can I?
What do you mean, like points on bodies?
Or things being carried by bodies.
You can call a target to try and knock something if you wanted to.
would
It's a really high DC.
You know what? Why not?
Sure.
Let's try it.
So you are 5 feet out of range because 100-foot range on Eldritch Blast, right?
120.
120? Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, you've got your shot. So you're calling the icon, I'm guessing?
I'm calling the icon. Gonna
Okay.
try and knock it out of his gross
Fuck
little
yeah.
fingers.
Go for it.
He drops it, picks it up.
Okay. That's a 23.
23. Okay. Roll damage.
Oh, that's a damage. That's the other guy. That is 12.
12. Okay. You at that range, with the amount of light, you're essentially aiming for the light source.
Yeah.
Fire your shot. It impacts and it skitters to the ground.
The icon?
The icon does.
Oh!
About we'll say 10 feet out of where it was, and it's just on the ground, fully lit.
How
Cool.
far-
However, it's the end of your turn now. Aside from your movement,
Yeah.
he moves an additional 30 feet, picks it up, and continues running.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
But he'll have had to move.
How many times has he moved out of turn? 3 times. Okay.
He can do
Can
legendary moves on each of our moves. It looks
He
like.
can do
2 times.
so. He has different creatures have different amounts of legendary actions. Well, now you know Strahd has 3. He can do things at the end of other people's turns.
Okay.
So you've got your movement. I'm assuming you're not moving because
I'm
you've got a
not
creature
moving.
right next to
I'm
you.
fine to deal with this guy if I
Les,
need to.
at this point, you hear a little voice off in the distance going, "Thank you, friend. I appreciated that. Go back to your allies." And your mind clears, and suddenly you just shit and turn. And
How far down was Les?
so
Like,
Les was 100 feet out this way. He's been running up into the forest, and he's now into the forest.
He was
this
running
way.
that direction.
Yeah, this is the forest tree line. He's into the forest
Okay.
now.
Is
So
he
Les,
too far off for me to fire an arrow?
no, but he's got high cover because he's running through the trees.
I know, but I have sharpshooter, so I can ignore partial cover.
Yeah, you ignore cover, but it's still not your turn. It's
I know. Yeah.
now onto the wolves. So the wolves are still attacking Leaf.
They started their turn.
They started their turn, so they take the damage. So this one dies immediately.
Nice, good.
The other two, go ahead and roll the radiant damage for those, because they're both still at full.
Yeah, help yourself.
Cool. That's 12 points.
12 points. Okay. So they make a, what is it, a con save?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Which, 18.
Yeah, no, that's a fail. So 12 points of radiant damage to each. Good to know. They're making their attacks against you. They still have pack tactics, so it's straight roll. Natural 1. Natural 4. So they both miss. That's going to be...
This is probably going to kill my character, but it wouldn't be a disadvantage because the icon's gone.
It is because they are attacking disadvantage because of the...
Daylight?
No, because of the Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians.
They're at half movement and they attack...
Okay.
I believe they attack at disadvantage, right?
You're so honest, Jesse.
Oh, no, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, so they are at advantage. Well, we'll say the first one was a 1 and a 4. So that's a miss. Second one is a 23. So that is, it's only 5 points.
Oh, and I take the other for the cold for starting it now?
No, that's at the
okay.
start of your turn. Yeah. So that's going to be their turns. Next up, we come to the one beside the doctor.
Yep.
This is the last one. This is by himself.
Yeah, go for it.
He's just going to make one attack against you. It's a 18 to hit.
Yeah, that does it.
And 7 points.
Okay.
For slashing. And I need you to make a... actually, sorry. I need you both to make strength saves as well.
Oh, fuck.
That's a 19.
19 succeeds.
Oh, I'm sorry, 18.
Succeeds.
18 as well.
Succeeds.
That was 7 points, yeah?
7 points, yeah. Okay, so that's your turns.
Yeah, well, I'm doing okay because I've got...
Bottom of the round, Vilnius.
Yeah, my boy.
Vilnius.
Hey, he rolled high enough.
Vilnius.
Oh, now he comes
He's
out.
gonna come
I
outside.
am going to skin him alive.
Rolled a 15, so he's gonna come outside. He's gonna see the two wolves that are there, and he's just kind of gonna go and cast a fireball, and it's gonna hit both of those.
Nice.
So they're gonna make dex saves. Fail. So
Yeah!
8d6.
Vilnius.
You know,
So
we're giving Vilnius
four,
shit, but he did do more of this combat than
15,
It's true.
That's very true.
18,
Vilnius is Kevin's new character.
24,
I thought that's what it was
27.
when Kevin's like, I'm gonna go fight Strahd.
Yeah, 100.
Jesus Christ.
Did
I
he do
didn't
it?
fight him.
Did he do it to him?
Oh, Vilnius! Vilnius' redemption arc!
My man!
He dealt 27 points of damage, and they both had 25 hit points as a result of the 12 damage that you dealt, and neither of them made their saves,
No.
so they both die.
Did I do okay, Mommy?
Hysterical.
Strahd just
He's
really wanted
outside,
that
and he's
uncut
right
gem.
here.
He's like Kevin Garnett.
Alright.
That's
What's
a-
that fur
Top of the round, the icon continues to move further into the forest, and it completely vanishes from view. And you just hear a echoing on the wind. The last wolf, we'll say, gets dispatched without
Thank you.
issue. So,
It's a
He's
day.
laying on his back. He just dick
But
Vilnius.
yeah, that didn't have first round, did it? I thought I had first.
nope. Strahd moved first. He
I'm
just
gonna-
turned invisible on the first round, and none of you ever saw him from that point on.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pop over to Leaf and give him a piece of gingerbread. Just be like, here, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
That should help.
Alright, sorry. How much is that for?
It's 1d8 plus 4.
I will
Yeah, you go for it.
Actually, I'm gonna stop that, like, yell no, because I
take
also...
Whoa, it's moldy. I'm like, oh.
It's gone!
Probably
It's still good!
I can also pump a cure wounds into you.
well,
so you
no,
don't
I
have to
can
use
do
it.
my lay on hands thingy, where I can just...
Where my d4 go?
I don't know.
I mean, I would
Where's
say
it
I'm
for?
right there.
What color
so.
is it?
It's like
Did
the
you remove it when
gray-
you were like it's off in the darkness.
Oh, I did.
I don't mind dropping a gingerbread. It's
No,
not... Okay.
Just like I've got lay on hands, which doesn't affect me
Oh, sure. Yeah,
to use. Although I was looking in the book, and I've definitely been misreading what the maximum amount of lay on hands healing is. So
Isn't it 5 times your
Yeah,
paladin level
and I had-
up to 5?
it doesn't say up to 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So you've got.
that's what I
Really?
I had up to 5 wrote down, but it doesn't say up to 5 in the book.
Sexy.
I can look it up on Beyond.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
So, anyways, I will take whatever we need.
So yeah.
I am going to.
Because I thought it said up to 5, and then when I was looking there, it didn't say up to 5. So
Yeah,
I'm
paladin level times 5. So
Dang.
you got 45 hit points that you can dump into people
Holy
with that.
shit.
Oh.
exactly.
Yeah. It's just that it's an action.
Yeah.
Oh, you can also spend 5 hit points from your pool of healing to cure the target of a disease
know.
or neutralize poison.
That's cool.
I
as
know.
You can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of lay on hands.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Fuck. Noted.
Yeah.
No effect on
Sorry, how
undead.
much? How much? You don't need to put 45 in.
No. I will put
Just say enough.
yeah, whatever you choose.
What were you at?
If you were at a number,
A single digit?
close.
Yeah, okay.
It's all good. Closer
And
than I've been.
how are you feeling?
I'm
Elora?
feeling like maybe like a sixth. No, like a third. I mean, not a sixth of my. If I was feeling 100%.
You put up 33?
Is that cool?
I could also.
Okay.
Or
so
actually, hold on.
if I'm adding stuff to it,
I'm
later,
If we
gonna
do
do the action
a short rest, I can also.
All
like,
right, so I can
assist
do-
myself.
I'm gonna give you 20 mana.
Okay. I'll take 20
20? Okay.
because
That'll leave me with 5.
No, she brings it all up. That's right.
So,
That's why I was like gingerbread.
Yeah, no.
So
as,
Yeah.
what kind of
as you all tend to your wounds,
I
looking at the ash on the ground,
can I do something before like things happen?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
you see less still in
walk
the distance
over
at this
to.
point.
I'm gonna walk very pointedly over to Les.
Yeah.
And punch him in the face.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah, we still got the
Strength
combat
based.
Strength based.
Yeah.
18.
18? What's your armor class? I think it's
That
18.
hits, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So-
you deal 1 point of
Clock him.
bludgeoning damage
Yeah.
to Les.
Okay.
Does
Does he fall?
Les, it's up to you. What happens?
I'll just take it. Take it in the face.
Okay.
Right in the face.
That's what you said to Strahd.
Take it in the face. So,
Sunny again,
Let's,
you're
Les, you have to stop endangering the party. When we tell you things, to not do things, to think things through, we're not just telling you just for no reason. You endangered you almost fucked us all. Like we lost
You may yet have fucked us all.
the icon of Ravenloft, and that was one of the few things that was going to help us defeat Strahd. And then I just turn to walk back to the this thing,
wagon.
the wagon.
All right, there's let's get moving.
I'm gonna high five Vilnius.
Come
You
on,
just
that
kind of-
was kind of sick. Yeah, dude.
You did good, buddy.
I killed 2 of them.
You did it. You did good.
Yeah, it was exhilarating.
That was great,
Yeah,
right?
that was a little bit too fucking late.
But I did it.
Vilnius just saved Leaf's life.
And thank you for that. It would have been nice to have help earlier.
I'm not particularly one much for the combat, but I understand the frustration and I apologize. I did what I could. You know that feeling when your legs are a little jelly? It was kind of that. Looking out at all of the things. Yeah.
When you're feeling that, that's really the only time you can be brave, buddy.
I tried, but
It's all good.
it's
We appreciate it.
It's not
It's all good.
not particularly in my nature to be able to overcome barriers such as that. I mean, you saw the situation that I had put myself in the temple. 4 days by
Don't
myself
worry
with
about-
all of my
buddy,
allies
don't
dead.
worry about it.
You did good, buddy.
Don't worry
You
about
did
it.
good.
And you'll be walking tonight.
After you killed him.
You can take my
I
spot,
suppose
Vilni, as you
that's-
saved Leaf's life.
No, it's fine. I won't aggravate any further. How much further is it?
About an hour.
Let's travel by map.
I can do that.
Okay. Get
And
some cardio,
he
buddy.
jumps down and is holding
I
on
like
his
turn to
spell.
the dock. I'm like, it's at least 3 hours.
Shut up. It's fine. It's fine.
So,
How is Marigold looking?
hurt. Feet are definitely swelling, looking tender.
Can we help in any way?
I'll say sure. Between the combination of the two of you, medicine checks, animal handling checks, take off 5 points from that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
No, it's a lay on hands
Oh.
thing
Yeah.
specifically.
So that's me tapped out on that, but I'm
Yeah.
hoping that means I can rest.
But we'll save for the remaining, because it was an additional 2 hours you had to travel. You'd already pushed 1 hour in before this had
Can I
happened.
cast Sending as we're getting in there, just alerting the... I mean, we can roleplay this, but I just want to alert the Burgomaster that we're coming in late.
No problem. Coming in late, he says, not to worry, I will alert the town guards and make sure that everyone is prepared for you coming in. Are you injured? Traveling at night is not the smartest of ideas.
Yeah, I wasn't.
We will
I can't
have...
respond.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Just, you hear, are you injured? And you just kind of go, yeah. So, and then we'll have medicine on hand if required. So you come up to the gates, and there is a bit of more of an armed escort from what you've seen. Maybe potentially expecting some kind of following, but nothing comes. You do manage to pass through into the gates, into the village. You're provided a private home for the evening. Food, any medicine that you require is all laid out, so wounds are bandaged as best they can, essentially, making it so you don't have to use hit dice over short rest or anything like that to heal up a little bit before night has officially taken and all of you are exhausted. So you rest up over the evening, and we'll pick up there next week.
Yeah. Just for reference, I just rolled to recharge my wand,
Perfect.
and I didn't roll.
You get some charges back at least.
Yeah.
So definitely an interesting one, to
Who's
say the
coming for
least.
the RP heavy session next week?
Oh, I can't make it next week. I just found out. Sorry.
The entire table goes silent.
Oh,
So that was a.
That was a
I was
banger.
curious to see how that would all go, and you did have
Terribly.
some
Went
questions.
That
terribly.
was awesome. That was so much fun.
That was
Holy
fun.
shit.
That
The
was good.
choices, that was great. That was set up to be so difficult. That was so much fun. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was designed to be an interesting series of choices.
Dude, oh my god. We should have just shoved it. Should have just sat on it. Be like, come get it. Classic bag of holding.
There was
Thank you
no
everybody
call.
for tuning in. We had fantastic viewership tonight.
Yeah.
Tons of comments in the chat. I was responding a bunch. Consistently 6 to 9 viewers over the course of the whole stream.
Nice.
Keep it up. I want to see the comments.
Yeah, I'll leave it up for everybody. But thank you so much, everybody who tuned in.
Thanks for tuning in to see our
This
shame.
this was an important one to watch.
It was.
Yeah, now
we-
you learn why the party dies at the final fight.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm kidding.
No.
it was interesting from my perspective. I didn't know how things were gonna go. I half expected all of you to just go fuck this nerd and just start swinging on
Attacking?
him. So this is one where I there's a thing an idea I've been percolating with to do like a Tox Machina style thing of doing like a detox
Yeah.
for sessions at some point of just like maybe it's just like an Instagram live stream or something and we just like get a couple of people in and do
Talk
that
about
and
the
talk
session.
about the sessions and stuff. But what I do want to do is I want to have a session we have a campaign wrap up.
Yeah.
And you all get to ask me questions about stuff.
I
and
want
we
that
get
so
to-
bad.
we get to-
Can we can have the book too? And,
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll have the whole
Sounds so
book.
good.
We'll flip through. I'll show you the deviations that I made from the traditional campaign.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of them. If anybody was watching tonight and you're like, this isn't traditional Curse of Strahd, I fucking know.
Yeah. This is homebrew, bitch.
As were all of those zombie direwolves.
Yeah.
Those were fun.
Complete homebrew, but
They
essentially
sucked, but
just
they were fun.
an interesting variation. I figured combining two of his favorite things and having the mist be the trigger for that would be a cool little one. So we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you everybody so much for watching. It was a great session tonight. I'm really happy.
Yeah, you should be.
I'm excited. It went almost exactly how I wanted it to go.
You were
Um,
planning.
it was
to take
perfect.
that.
icon.
Oh yeah, that was
he
the
was.
whole point.
This was gonna happen whenever we did.
Yeah, as soon as interaction started happening with creatures that noticed you had the icon, no, like that was getting taken. So it was interesting. Anyways, thank you everybody so much. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place, same awesome nerds. All right, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
They might kill me in my sleep.